Lizard. Lizard.
Hello and welcome in. Happy Monday, friends. How are we doing? We are going to start with the weekly, and then after the weekly, we are going to give ghost guessing a shot again. Now that we have the new added ghosties, hopefully it'll still work the same. Thank you guys for coming in early. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Wicked Eds, thank you for the 12 months, dude. Timekeeper, thank you for the 2. Blue Metallic Crow, thank you for the 4 months. Fry, thank you for the 5. Hello, welcome back, friend. Beth, thank you for the 17 listening while I'm at work. Oh, I appreciate you, friend. Don't get in trouble at work, please. Zombie Sarah, thank you for the 15. Kirby, thank you for the sub. Welcome in, dude. All right. Let's see. Cool. Groovy. Should be ready to rock. Should be good. Baslin, hello. Sporty Tiger, what up, homie? I don't think I've ever seen your starting screen. It's off. Well, I mean, I'm not an artist. It's not like I made it. I basically just gave direction to somebody else. Yeah. How was your stream earlier, friend? I might have been, I might have been lurky. Sorry. Sue me. How was the rest of your stream? Yeah, we're all feeling better. Everybody is slowly getting better. It is finally exiting our house. Didn't play fast today. What? Oh, was that me? How or what? How or what? Hi, Pog. How are you? Jabbo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Bird Dog, thank you for the 3 months. That was me. It was hard to hear. The music and me talking over myself, it was hard to hear. Oh, that was Break. Oh, it was me. Oh. Did you have a good day? Yeah. Yeah. Sound better. Yeah, I feel better. Feel better. We're getting over it, man. It's at the tail end at this point. Yeah, getting better. We're getting there. Basement's on the way to doing stuff and things. I have you can't even really see it. I've got a tube TV behind me now because I want to keep it safe. So I'm keeping it in this room for now, which is really just an excuse for me to have it inside of this room. It's a little cluttered, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Dinosaur Rex, thank you for the biddies. D&D episode, I made a horror demo last 2 hours because I'm real talented. Hey, a lot of horror demos last that long. What do you mean? Got me on the phone. I appreciate it, friend. Hey, what up, Rocky? What do you mean? We have friends that make horror demos last like 5 hours. His name is Chiba. The best gaming rooms are cluttered. Well, I mean, it has to be cluttered. Like, I put my Goosebumps books on the shelf that you can't see. I put some VHSs up here so that way I had movies that I could put in there. Yeah, all the good stuff. We love some Cheebs. That's right. Hi, Mr. Chinggis. Oh my goodness gracious. That says 47 months. Who in the hell allowed you to do that? Nice Funkos. Thanks. They're all 90s Nickelodeon. Every single one of them. Except for, no, it's down there. I have a couple that are not, that were gifted. But other than that, they're all 90s, Nick. Yeah. Yeah. I should do a dance for you. You should gift 1,000 subs. Oh, you can't do that? I can't do it either. See, now we both can't do things together. Finally catch another stream. Hello. Let's get Phasmo going. We have a weekly. I better see some skin. Chinggis, I would be driving to your house. Nice mug. You know, I got it for my wife. I got it for her, but she never drinks out of it, so I do. Yeah. The only Funko Pop I have, the Pink Man. Oh, nice. Hey, Peanut, how are you? You have yet to get, you haven't gotten any? Well, how much have you played, though? Hi, Dorito, doing the weekly with the mods. With the mods. Alex, welcome in. How are you? Hello, friends. Good to see all of you. Every last damn one of you. All right, let's get the game actually showing on the screen. If you guys were here yesterday, you got to watch me play Species Unknown with Doc. I can't wait to play that again. They need to, I need to switch the playlist. They need to expedite getting push to talk in that game. Like, that should be #1 on their list. If it's not, they need to fix it. It was so good. And I think playing it with 4 people and having echoes and all that stuff, oh, that is going to be class. Excuse you? Weekly's nerve-wracking. What is the weekly this week? What is it this week? I just went the wrong direction. Whatever. I feel like Ham and Toy Story. We're past. We got to go around. Night Raptor. Hello, friend. Finally got to play Fast today. You got twins. You were not happy about it? Oh, come on. Twins are fun. Hi, Mr. Song. Song, I only assume that you will be joining us. I hope so. Gazi, what's up, dude? You got Fast today? Oh, shit. So you're a pro, right? Piggish, thank you for the 7 months. Wild West, I'm good, man. Feeling a lot better. Feeling a lot better, that's for sure. What's for dinner? Well, I mean, I already had dinner. It is 8:45 p.m. for me. But we had chicken Alfredo. With high protein noodles, by the way. Yeah. Tried something different. Delish. Wonderful. How many hours on Faz? How many hours do I have? At least 2. At least. Oh, it was so good. We, funny enough, we had chicken parm not too long ago, so we had a bunch of leftover chicken. So we took that chicken, put it in the air fryer. Nachos? Oh, that sounds good. Oh, that sounds good. I have more than 3, at least 2. I try to undershoot. That way we, you know, meet the standards that people expect of us. Mermaid, thank you for the biddies, friend. Your game was glitching last night on the screen. She had black salt, but on mine it was pink. Bassett, it's funny you say that because it was not long ago that Chinggis had the ghost stepping in the salt and I did not. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I've mentioned it. I'm going to report it. I've heard nothing about any of that stuff. I made sure that I posted my video today of the busted Goryo game where 30 minutes with no dots and the busted Banshee game where I did not get a Banshee whale for over 20 minutes. I made sure to post those. Oh, I made sure. Because if I'm not hearing anything about there being problems, we should probably bring it up. And that's what I did. Video with that drops Friday on YouTube. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, Krusty, welcome in, dude. How are you? All right. Again, we have the weekly. After the weekly, we will do ghost guessing. We're not going to do it yet. We will do it after the weekly, okay? Because we need to, this will be like the second time we've tried this because it is a custom bot that I had made because I didn't want there to just be ghost guessing where you guess before we go in and then it's the end of the story. I wanted it to be where you guys could actually play along trying to figure out the ghost, and as soon as you know what it is, you lock it in. And then once you lock it in, that's it. You can't guess again. The earlier you guess and you get it correct, the more points you get. Whoever has the most points at the end of the night is the winner. Is the wiener. And that's it. So we'll play as we go. We're doing ghost guessing today, Amy. We're doing it after the weekly. Yeah. Again, it is a point system based on time. We start the time whenever I open the front door. We end the time when I shut the truck. You can wait until the last second when I'm shutting the door of the truck to put your guess in. That's totally fine. But the earlier you put your guess in when you know what it is, the more points you get. Yeah. Does the winner get a high five? The most crispest of high fives. Once we have this locked down, I will do we'll do you win stuff. Not just morale points. You know what I mean? Illogical Cloud, thank you for the 32 months. Got my 100K shirt in today. Oh, thank you, friend. I'm also in the midst of sickness and everything else. I promise the 5-year partnerversary merch will be out soon too. It's just a matter of time. Why am I unable to spell today? That's okay. You know, that's funny because in the bot, we actually have a bunch of different ways that each ghost might be misspelled to hopefully catch it if somebody accidentally does a typo. So we'll try that too. But yeah, all right. Groovy. Let's do the things and the stuff. This week's challenge is speed demons. There must be something in the air. Everyone's going crazy at Maple Lodge campsite to get our 5K. There's the player settings. There's the ghost settings. There is the contract. And if we go into here, and there's all of our equipment. No igniter, no motion. Yippee skippy. Should be good. Should be fun. Should be fun. All right, let's get into a multiplayer lobby. All I want for Christmas is a goot. Wait. Oh, it came today. I'm so sorry. Araby, I thought you were saying it. I thought you were just pronouncing. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I mean, Christmas is already passed. Oh, no. I got you. I understand. I got it. Sorry. You have to, come on. That's very easy to mix up. Yeah. Your dog enjoys the streams. Let's go. Shout out, doggy. Shout out to your dog. Hi, Izzy. How are you? All right. Speed Demons. Maple Lodge. Okay. We'll turn the music down actually a little bit when our friendos are joining. All right. Mayor, Phoenix, Mr. Song, whenever you friendos are ready. I am ready. Oh, wait. I might need to reopen something. Hold on. Hello? Can you hear me okay? I can't hear you. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can. Okay. I was like, oh no, is it me?
One of my other options, always.
Well, I had shut down my Logitech app earlier and I forgot about it. I was like, oh no, that has my keybind so I can use my mouse. Oh no. Mod Squad, assemble! That's right.
Hi, Phoenix.
Hello, friends. How we doing?
Hello.
Steam Bun, thank you for the 2 months.
Hello.
Got the crew today? Hell yeah. All right. What was special about this weekly? Sanity
We're
is...
fast, and the ghost is fast.
We're fast. Ghosty is fast. We're 100 Sanitai. I think we have the monkey paw every time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the paw.
Okay. Groovy. Well, we get 3 evidence and we have all evidence types. It's just a matter of getting it, I guess. We doing that guessing thing today? Yes,
But we
after
have
the weekly.
no lighters to light the smudges that we still
YouTube, yes. Here in a second, about to.
It's fine.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Second
Listen,
what?
I didn't get a chance to remember the one time. I think it was on this weekly where the ghost actually lit the campfire. I was going to use it to try to smudge the ghost by throwing the smudge in the lit campfire. I really want to have the opportunity to do that.
Ooh, yeah, that might be good.
That'd be awesome. It's not going to happen. The chances of that are so low. Hi, Huntress. How are you? All right. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll be ready.
I'm still sad you can't light smudges off of the like little burners.
You know, I have to agree with him. He can't hear me right now, but I agree 100% with him. Yeah, we were going to do it. So
Wish I could light my friend's smudges.
Zero igniters, yes. But if the ghost lights the fire, the campfire, then I think we can use that fire to light the incense. You know what I mean? Or light the candles, which then we could carry the candles and then we could, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You picking up a little bit now?
You can always light songs.
Do you pick up what we put down?
That would be so funny, though.
You're lucky there's no.
We were too
lighter
slow before.
song.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to do it last time and then it like blew out the fire that it lit. I was very upset. Okay, thank you for the 9 months. It's a baby. It's a baby. I think it's weird that you can't record the campfire beat. I know. There's a lot of things, Dizzy, that I wish you could. Yeah, it is a bit strange that you can't record the campfire being blown out. Whether it be video
Or
or
lit.
Right. Yeah, it being lit all on its lonesome. Like you can't record that. They still give you smudges and candles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but you
feel
don't have fire.
Like, that would be pretty solid ghost evidence if I was ever actually ghost hunting.
You know, I would think the same thing, but apparently that's like a usual
They were
over
like, "No,
over
this
in
is
those
a
parts.
normal occurrence. You know,
You've
the
never had
ghosts just
fire
light fires. Do they not?
Spontaneously, you know.
No. This would be normal for Rafa because where Rafa lives, everything just lights on fire because of how hot it is.
That's true.
That makes
that's
way
true,
more
that's
sense.
True. It's
That's
so
good,
hot
brother.
that everything
Hey,
just
uncool.
bursts into
It just
flame.
bursts into flames. He's like, this makes sense.
This makes
Cap!
sense now.
Thank you for the merch. All right, let's rock. Oh my God. Cooked eggs. Thank you for the 27 months. Hello. I do uncool. Yeah, literally everywhere. What's up, Meteor? Hello. What's up, Lunar? All right, gotta go fast.
I'm so. Pro tip I got on the loading screen was running is not the best option when we're.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go this, and I guess EMF. All right, I have the parabolic. Are you going left or right, Mare?
Left.
Left. All right, I'll go right. Hey, Zach. All right, ready? Let's ride. I assume we have power. The porta potty's open. My favorite ghost is a mimic. Love. I don't hear anything yet. I'll give him a sign to let him know that I found it. Hold on, let me out. In the cabin. Ringy Rosie. And I was like, how do I let them know?
Upstairs, downstairs?
It evented on me right here. So gave Ringy Roses right here. I don't know if it's here or up.
10 degrees, 11 degrees.
Right off the bat. I know. Jackie, they give it the 30 months. Oh my God.
Upstairs.
It's not overly cold, yeah. 8 degrees over.
Is it upstairs? Did it just roam? Maybe it roamed downstairs and evented on me?
15
Yeah.
degrees up here, so probably not.
Oh, so maybe it's in the kitchen-ish area?
So do a little lap real quick. Like
Kitchen
check
was-
over.
Kitchen was 8 degrees here.
8? Oh yeah, that's probably it. If you had 15 upstairs.
Yeah, 15 upstairs. 8.
The child!
What a thing to hear as you run away. A child. Oh my God. I'm getting the juice. Would you stupid pool doors? It's fine. Hey Hank, welcome in. How are you? Should you get your mom to play another round of Phas with you? No. You should let your mom rest. That's what you should do. And then make her play. Oh, I was like, why can't I? Oh, I get to be looking away from the screen. Do we need anything else in there?
Writing book, no.
I'll bring the second writing book. One's on its way.
We have dots. We got the child.
Okay, dot child.
Yeah, she was trying to hug me earlier.
Yuck.
I did not get spirit box, but somebody else is willing to try.
I told her to go brush her teeth.
Which one?
Yes.
All right, I have a second crucifix.
We got a step, but no footprint.
Did you say come out, come out?
Yeah, it's throwing.
Come out, come out. Oh,
It just threw the camera.
it's true to plate. Here, I'll put this book over here since it's so active over there.
Yeah, it's.
Will it do the
hovering
Easter egg
right
while
around,
we're
like,
here?
9 degrees.
Oh, come on. We're in the same room with you. Just do it, you little cretin.
I replaced the camera because it threw it.
Damn it. I tried.
Yeah, it did it again. It has strong feelings.
Oh, it just tried to murder Mare with a plate.
I mean, it's throwing a lot of crap.
All right.
But
Oh,
you didn't get
more
orbs
dude skis?
before or anything, right?
not that I'm aware of. It did give salt steppies. So you said no UV and no spirit box. Are we 100% on no spirit box?
I tried it all around here. I didn't get anything, but.
All right, let's try
I guess.
solo. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Oh, it don't like me. It's coming to you. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? No? Dude, it's not even that cold. It's like, it's still like 8 degrees. It's not even super cold here. 7.5.
It came out there.
It just hunt.
Is this an Oni? That's what we have.
We only have dots, right?
Yeah, but no spirit box, no orbs, no UV.
No spirit box, no orbs, no UV.
Yeah, I went and checked for orbs upstairs just in case.
Freezing EMF 5. Like, where's the freezing? It's 8 degrees. Unless somebody else wants to check.
Very active.
It could be a desync.
Yeah. Oh.
You want to give it a try, Phoenix? There you go. I
Which
put it
thing?
at your toesies. The thermo.
I mean, I was only getting 8, 9 degrees too.
Yeah, it's been 8 or 9 degrees the entire time. It hasn't changed.
It just tried to murder our faces.
Oh, it did? Oh, I wasn't even paying
Yeah,
attention.
it burned Chrissy.
Whoopsie. Oh, now I see it. Banshee? Based on what we don't have,
Yeah,
we're
it's
thinking
9
Oni.
degrees.
I mean, worst comes worst, you could just watch it on.
Yeah.
It got the
Just
power.
know it's gonna be
Oh.
fast.
Thank you. I'm lighting the way. Hold on. I'm trying to... There we go.
Yeah, I got the.
No, it better not be a lazy Goryo. We saw those dots in person. Although I'm not putting it against it.
Did everyone try Spirit Box yet?
Just song and flash.
It's on.
That thing's got wheels. I think you just opened the door upstairs. It's not leaving. Oh, there it is. That looks like an Oni. Yee! Yee! I'm pretty sure that was an Oni. It looked very visible. Wild. Thank you for the 3 months. Guzzy, thank you for the 3 months. I might be a crazies, but that looked pretty visible to me if we want to watch that one more time. No excuse for the temps. Are you kidding me? You little bastard.
Flash said it's very visible.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's more than likely an Oni. Run, Phoenix, run!
Temp is finally going down.
Holy crap. Like,
Took it
why?
long enough.
Yeah, it's not low, but
Oh, it's a crawler. It's a crawler. Eee. The noise of it stepping in the... I'd say it's an Oni, right? Oh, live to tell the tale.
I was gonna say. That was
I just wanted to get a longer look at it. That definitely looks like an Oni.
yeah. Okay.
It was a crawler too, little bastard.
Well, and it got super close to us and did not slow down at all.
Well,
so.
if we look at the evidence, I mean, we weren't getting EMF 5. We're not getting freezing.
Mm-mm.
I don't,
Freezing was taking a long time to go down.
and it's taken a
Yeah,
long
it
time.
went down
Yeah.
to like 5 degrees when I went back in before it started.
Finally, holy crap.
That was as
That's
close as it
possibly
got.
EMF 5 right
it was-
there.
Yeah, the
It
tail of whatever of the 10 that it had.
It was smacking
Mhm.
stuff outside the cabin, so I wonder if it was just roaming.
Maybe.
outside, that's why it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that'd definitely be
And how many
possible.
events did we have?
Yeah, I
A
don't
few
know.
couple for sure. I'm cool with Oni. You guys cool with
I'm
Oni?
good with Oni.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I think so. Yeah, we are fast. The ghost is fast. Yep. Now, sanity starts off. It starts off at 100, but if it's an Oni, then you get tanked even more when you get hit by the events. That definitely would explain why our sanity took huge chunks.
Yeah.
Well, at least it was being
Yeah,
itself.
for sure.
Thank God. Zoom, zoom. That's right. All right, let's go get another one. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Hey, Truthful, we're doing good. Everybody's feeling a lot
Another
better.
one.
Yeah, Squee, thank you for the 5 months, dude. Ro, welcome in. Let me check. I never did an orb check earlier. Mistakes could have been made. All right, no orbs.
No free orbs.
No free orbs. That's okay. All right, I'll go.
Breakers in the staff area.
I'll go
Free
right
orbs.
again. Get out of here. Albert! Thank you for the subs, homie. It's always a good idea to turn on your parabolic the second you walk in if you're going to try to use it. Power's on, by the way.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Jason? We'll go say hi to Jason. Can the ghost be on the dock? Yes, it can. This can be a ghost room. Yes. He knows. There he comes. Yeah, he knows. He knows all about it. Oh, Jesus. I found Slendy. I don't know why that caught me off guard. His big white egghead. I was sitting here and I was just looking around, and then all of a sudden I looked over and I saw the big white egghead of Slendy over there. It's like, oh, Jesus.
Picked up the key.
Oh, there you go. It's not in here again, is it? Be ridiculous. I haven't heard anything, though. Speed demons, yeah. I'll get back down here so I can help. If Phoenix hears anything inside of the cabin, they'll let us know, I'm sure. If anything, I mean, if you can't find the ghost, you can always trap it. I ain't heard nothing. Okay. I'm just listening in. Don't hear anything yet. Camp Counselor Slendy. That's right. Reporting for duty. Nothing. Cabin's my best guess right now. That was that. Jack Diddley. What the? Ghosty? Nothing?
I've heard nothing.
I've heard zero. I'm just going to run around with an EMF. Yeah, I'm about to, if it...
Has anyone heard anything anywhere?
Zero.
It is flatlined on the board.
Thank you, Pakova. Should we make a wish? Oh, you're freezing? Where?
We got freezing in the staff area, right by the apples.
Oh. I ran by there like 7
We
times.
have orbs.
What the? It's over here. You sure this place is haunted? I
Orbs are
guess.
freezing.
What the hell? Orbs and freezing, and it still hasn't done anything, right?
Yeah.
Look at these ghosts. Like, what?
I'm in the van. I'll be right back.
I have no idea.
What the hell? Good New Year's, I did. Yeah, me and the fam.
Got freezing right away.
Right? All right, I'll get some. I'll just salt
Oh
the
yeah, look
crap
at the
out of the
board.
place.
This is not doing anything.
Zero, and it can't even be a shade. All right, where's the light? Here, there we go. All right, put those there. I'll put one over here. I'll put one over here. That tail, thank you so much for the follow, dude.
Do we
Welcome
have
in.
the UV anywhere?
Well, did you
Oh,
step
yeah,
in the salt?
okay.
Oh,
No, I was
pre-
just making sure we had
preparations.
one.
Oh, footies. Well, sorry, no. It walked, no footies. No UV from what we can tell. That's what the flies are. Yeah, rotten apples. Uh-huh. Yeah, look, see all these? They're a bunch of rotten apples.
I don't know if it's like where I place the dots, but it's like
Ooh.
not like a dots.
Dot.
There we go.
Oh.
Speaking of those dots, oh, it's a Ure. Woof.
Dots?
See, Phantom of a good one. All right. Well, That's
the
that.
Shadiest Ure ever.
all right, we'll wait for
That'll
Mr.
be on
Song.
song.
Yeah.
Gross, the stinky Yuri. I'm here.
Yeah, it's a stinky Yuri. That's okay. Wanted a rev? I know.
Took it long.
That's what I'm saying. Good grief. Never noticed the apples? I notice the flies every time I go by. Yeah. Some fast dot. They seem pretty normal. I did have a super fast dot the one day, though.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Hip, hip, Ure. I mean, a shady Ure, but at least we got it.
Not the
Yeah.
hip Ure.
All right. Hopefully this one's a little bit more, obvious. We hope. So if the ghost is 150, how fast is the rev? I mean, it's 150% of a normal rev speed, right? I don't know the exact numbers for the 150 rev. All right, no orbs. Hip hip, you're right. Just kind of sticking with the guns. It just seems appropriate.
Yeah. Breakers right outside of the staff area.
Oh, okay. Do you would say he's a wait, what? So would you say he's a ka-chow? Oh, we could. We could. Hi, Zero. What up, homie? Oh, I should be listening. Whoops. Power's on.
You know, I would like to highlight the fact that we have not been saving Toe this whole.
I saved Toe the first round. Thank you.
Did you close the door or?
All right, I'm gonna do a thing.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do a ding.
You're gonna make a wish.
I'm gonna make one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
well,
do it in
sure
front of the
will.
cabin, so that way it doesn't affect anything over here. An option for no ghost. You could do I mean, you could do friendly where the ghost can't hunt you. Let's do this. There we go. All right, get ready to look for locked stuff. I wish to trap the ghost. Now that's going to be locked because of where I am. Well, I should have done a 60-second timer.
Well, I mean, can the tents really be locked?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, these are locked because they're either locked because
Yeah. You'll see the lock symbol. Oh look, boner.
I don't see any of the tents locked over here.
now the cabin doors are locked, but I don't know if that's because of me with the wish or not.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Did you unlock them first?
Yes.
I wonder if the lock applies to bathroom stalls.
I'm thinking.
Should have done it on the pier. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's 15 degrees in there.
It should start hunting in the next.
Locked.
What's locked?
Green tent is locked.
What did he say?
The green tent is locked. We'll just tuck in here real quick. Oh, I think someone's dead. Uh-oh!
Alongside.
Red! What up, dude? Thank you for the super chat.
What he said at all?
I'm not dead. Green tent and campsite A was it a lock?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Right here.
Did our phoenix fall down? I heard a dead noise. It must have been our phoenix fall down. Ghosty girl, thank you for the raid. How are you? Carrie, thank you for the year.
Air box.
Oh, I could hear that from the truck. All right, I'm gonna bring another crucifix.
Honor you or mimic?
Oh, wait, what evidence do we have?
Orbs freezing.
Yet.
What the hell? We have orbs and freezing already? Holy moly. All right, I have ultraviolet.
Freezing.
Hey,
Evidence
do
we have is spirit box and orbs.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, wait. What's the ghost name? Christopher. It can't be a Dian, so it's either a mare or a yokai. That's writing or dots.
And both books are over there.
All right. Oh, nope. This book's here. I'll grab it, and then I'll bring it over to in another cruci. Our phoenix fell down. I mean, to be fair, the ghosty is super fast. All right. Is the other cruci already in here? I assume it is, but I can't. All right. I see one crucifix. Where's the other one?
Sure.
Huh?
I'm not sure. I didn't place it. I think Phoenix was holding it.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
And
Check for a mimic. Yeah, we were going to. Let's see, make sure
So-
that's covered. All right. I'm going to put some more dots and... Oh, hello. Was that ghosty?
no UV.
Yeah, we're checking now. Dark Blade, thank you for the raid. Hello. No, I took one. I was looking to see where the second one was, but we think Phoenix might have had it on their persons whenever they when they passed. Wish for life. I could wish for life. You know what? I'm gonna do it right when we find out what the ghost is. Okay. You know, I'm gonna go get it now. I know where the paw is, so I'll go get it.
We're at 60% sanity, by the way.
Roger that.
Yeah, definitely no UV.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dotso writing.
We got a hunt. Mare.
You say it's hunting right now?
It burned a crucie.
Oh. You weren't talking near it, were you?
50%.
I don't think so. When I hunted.
What's the scariest ghost? Oh, that's very subjective. The scariest ghost for me might not be the same for you. It might be a little bit different. Give me. Wait, do I have another phone? Oh, I have it all. Never mind. I'll shut up. I'll shut my lips. So we're looking at a mare yokai and it hunted early, which is why we're thinking mare. The lights are off in the tent, right?
Yeah.
Scared by a demon. I don't get demons very often. It said, hey.
It spiked to 7 on the board.
Yeah, it's because it evented on me. Okay, it's still hunting over there. Okay, good. Listen, Ice Spice, I need you to relax. We have writing. It's a mare. I wish for life.
Where's the monkey?
Done and done. Oh no, Phoenix. Live. Oh no.
Stay alive, Phoenix.
Oh no, no. You better not hurt my friend, you a-hole.
Yeah.
Hey, be careful, it's hunting.
Thanks, song. Wonder where Phoenix is. Do you think they're okay?
Sure. You're probably fine.
I can find out on the board.
Gets grabbed through the gate. Oh my god. I remember those days. That was back in the day, man. When the ghostie could get you through the gate a lot. Hey, Lob. Thank you, thank you. Run, Phoenix, run!
Phoenix.
You can do it, Phoenix, run.
Where are they? Just
You running that way is gonna put you right in the path. Be careful.
use the staminers, run!
Ah! Okay.
Yeah, let's go. They leave.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
God. Thank you.
Awesome. Lovely. It's a mare. Mare's a mare. And nobody's dead. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate it. See, everybody lives. It's a good day. It's fine. We used the monkey paw. It's good.
Welcome back. There's some
Everybody lives. That's what counts. 888 meters. Man, that's a travel. Oh my god. Well done, team. GG's.
GG's indeed.
Mhm. That's right. Well, friends, thank you for the weekly. I appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Good luck
Thank
with the
you.
guys. Okay, bye.
Appreciate it. Bye,
Thank you. Good
friends.
luck.
There we go. There we go. Red-eyed. Red-eyed freak. Thank you so much for the super chat, dude. Are they going to add a mode to where you can become the ghost? Very unlikely. No, I don't see them ever doing anything like that because honestly, it would turn the game into PvP, and I know that that's not a route that they're interested in. I don't see that happening. Done with the weekly? Yeah, weekly's done. Weekly's finished. It's honestly a fast one, man. I mean, you get all of your evidence. That's the biggest thing. You get all your evidence. All right, let me check this real fast. Perfect the way it is. Well, just the gameplays. The gameplay is good the way that it is. I think adding a game mode to where players can become the ghost. There's other games that do that, right? And so you got to ask yourself, how many of those games are successful? You know, there's enough games for players to be there. Right. Right. And how often do you play those games? It'd be a different game entirely. Yeah. There's already PvP. It's called the Monkey Paw. All right, let me check a thing and a stuff. Players could also use the player ghost mode. Oh, to cheese the game? Absolutely. Yeah, they definitely could. All right. Ghost lit your campfire. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. We are now going to try to do some ghost guessing. It's going to take a little bit of patience. Okay? Just a touch of patience. Just a touch. Okay, that looks good like that. I'm just verifying a couple of things, make sure that everything's on. Patience in this economy? Thank you for sending my reinforcements back to me. Your reinforcements? Get out of here. Allie, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Oh my Christmas. All right, let me check. That should be okay. Remembering all the commands is going to be one of the biggest things. That's going to be one of the biggest things. You don't have the economy for patience. That's okay. All right. So why don't we should do a test run. We should do a test. Mayor, do I have you or Phoenix or someone that wants to run the commands? If not, I can. I pulled up the commands as soon as we ended. I appreciate you. I think I might have them loaded as well. I think. Thank you. So let's do a test run just so everyone can understand how to do it. And then after that, then I can reset the leaderboard. I can reset it probably from here or over there. And then we can do the things. So the way the ghost guessing is going to work, we are going to go to a map. As soon as we open the front door opens, you can start guessing. But you need to understand that once you guess, your guess is locked. That's it. You can't guess anymore. So if you're trying to get an early Hail Mary, that's totally fine. But the chance of you getting it right is obviously 1 in 27. So it is a better chance if you wait and let it narrow down what the ghosties could be and then guess, or wait till you know 100% and then you're good to go. The faster you guess it correctly, the more points you get. Whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. Okay? That's how it's going to work. So, can we start up guessing right now? Just as a test. I can always, once we do this guess and it's over, I can reset the leaderboard. Okay. So this is just a practice run so you guys understand. Guessing is active. You see the command. You do exclamation point guess space whatever ghost you want to guess. Or if you just do, I think if you just do exclamation point guess without anything, it should just give you a random ghost. It should. Can more than one person get points? Yeah. No. Every single person that gets it correct will get points. But you get more points the faster your guess goes in. It's not the first person. Everybody gets points. Yeah. Just download Faz. Nice. But it's obviously all on the purple side. Yeah. Where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. Hey, you listen here, bucko. So yeah, so this is what would happen. I mean, obviously not everybody's going to be guessing like this whenever we go in, because you want to make sure that you have a chance to get it right. But if you decide you just want to throw out a guess, you can always do it. If you get it right, you get the max number of points, which is 100, for just getting it right the second it goes in. There's an issue? Wait, what's the issue? Points don't matter, just like normal speed ghost on an unholy trinity of remaining. Wait, what? Yeah, it won't be going like that during the actual games either, because not everybody's going to be guessing like that. I chose Mimic and it said I voted Banshee. Did it? You chose Mimic and it said you went Banshee. Interesting. Wait. Did it? Okay, I don't know why it would have thought this. On your first one, when you put the M8 MIC, did it think for some reason that you said Banshee? That'd be weird. That's something I can address later for sure. Is there a random command? Just exclamation point guess is random. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Think it's retaining from the last session? It could be. It could be. This is just a guess. I mean, a practice anyway. All right, so if we were to stop it, okay. Saw a guy do this for fishing. Yeah, there's a cutoff. Well, the cutoff is it starts when I walk in and then it will end when I shut the van door. That's it. When I shut the van door, it's over. No more guessing. So thank you, Mayor. So Mayor stopped it. So let's just say, for instance, hold on. Do I have these in my commands? Hold on. Let's say that it was, let me see if this actually works. Oh, it didn't resolve with the actual ghost name. It should have. Yeah, why is it just doing just resolve? Okay, so that's jacked up. So, all right. So let's say pick a ghost. Well, no, I have commands that were inside of my Stream Deck that it should choose. It should actually have the ghost name with it. But the problem is it wasn't actually choosing the ghost name. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. That's okay. All right, let's say it was a Wraith. 3 viewers guessed correctly and have been awarded points. Now, let me see. Does it actually show them? I haven't had a chance to mess with this yet. Haven't had a chance. I'll probably put my camera back up top because there's no need for it to be down low. Venny, thank you for the 14 months. Appreciate you, homie. I could totally do camera on the top for this. It doesn't have to be down low. I think I did down low because I wasn't sure where everything was going to be for this. But I could totally just have it here. Yeah. So it even tells you, the top guesses, but it tells you how many guessed the correct ghost. The Wraith was correct. Now I know that there's a way to also do this. Let's see. Is it this? There it is. So there you go. Shareflow, Royce, and Punk all would have been awarded points. So there you go. Working on the stuff, working on the things, man. Yeah, and the best part about this is I had someone make this so we can adjust it however we need to. Yeah. But all right, we know that it works. We know that all is well. So let's go ahead. I'm actually going to, I think I need to manually reset. Now the guessing has been reset, but I need to reset the leaderboard itself. Which I can do. Give me a sec. This only has to happen once a day, so that's not a big deal. Let's see. We go to streamer bots. Go to my actions. Do some fancy ghost guessing. Well, just ghost guessing that makes you, I don't know. It gives you a purpose while you're trying to guess, and it's not so random. I think that's why I like it so much. All right. Reset the leaderboard. Yes, completely reset. All right. So if people try to check where they are on the leaderboard, they should not have anything. So the people that won on the last one, can you check and see how many points you have? No Guess the Ghost leaderboard data available yet. Okay. Good deal. And then is it... Let's see, where's the commands? Again, this is our second time ever doing it. And if you do GTG points, it'll tell you your personal points and guesses. GTG points. Can you guess who's going to guess the ghost correctly? You're more than welcome to write that down. Sure. Sure. So during these days, it'll obviously look a little spammy, but it's okay. Luckily, I have it set up where all these messages do not show up over here for me. So if you're still talking, I can see what you're saying. Okay. Don't feel lost in the sauce. It's okay. A little. Yeah, a little bit. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's okay. All right. So the leaderboard is reset. We're good to go. I'm going to run ads. And then after we run ads, we're going to start hunting. Yeah, yeah. Can a ghost hunt outside of the ghost room? Absolutely. If it's roaming outside of the room, for sure. Little's an understatement. It's inevitable, man. Sylvie, thank you for the 12 months. Boo, did I scare you? Sure. A little spammy. All right. I am going to run ads. I do 3 minutes every hour. So that way you guys do not have ads if you're not subbed and you don't have turbo. So 3 minutes and then we return. I actually have to read this. I'm allowed to whine for you can whine as much as you want to. Okay. It's your party. You can whine if you want to. I will never say never. Dang, I have 0 points. You just got to get better. Did you see my last post about telling people just to get better? You just got to get better. I'm going to try the misspelled mimic thing to see if it sends a random. Okay. Well, I think Drifter might be right in that it might have retained information from before. I don't think so because I thought I did a full reset. But what I might not have done, I might have reset the leaderboard, but I might not have reset the guessing completely. So that might have been what happened. Yeah. Good nerds. Yeah. That's what your mom tells you too. Wait, which part? Hey, Chris, how are you? Am I too late? No, you're just on time. Perfect timing. We did the weekly, and then now we're about to do some ghost guessing. Does any of the mods know, do we have any commands that explain any of the ghost guessing stuff? Did we make a command for that? If we did, I want to add it to the title. I didn't know if we did. Copper, hello, friend. It'll be a good test. Yeah. Yeah. Get mic gain. Kind of low. It should be fine. I can go in and test myself, but it should be fine. Is the mic okay for everybody else? It should be good. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. It seems okay. You might just have to turn your volume up a little bit. It is more quiet over there, and I don't understand why. I don't even know how that works. Yeah, I just might have to crank the volume a little more. A little weird. Music's loud? What? Music's loud. This is like the low setting. I think people need to get some new headphones for Christmas. Okay. Sounds fine. Sounds fine to me. I can hear what you hear. Ay caramba. Mel, happy birthday, friend. It's Mel's actual birthday now. The celebration was yesterday, but the actual birthday is today. Music's okay. Yeah. What did you do? Or what are you going to do if you haven't done all the things? Actual birthday. Beto, thank you for the Prime. Withering Witch, thank you for the biddies, friend. You're offering to get us all? No, I said you could wish for them. I didn't say you'd get them. Can I trade my ears in? Mine are a little worn out. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. Ads are just about done. Wish him one. Went in town, did some running around, about to play honey cake. Hell yeah. Could you ask for anything more? Ooh, side note. So, this month is going to be a little wonky. I am not going to be streaming this Friday or Sunday. I will also not be streaming the 23rd or the 25th. Both of which are family outings. One of which is with the whole fam. The second one later in the month is just me and Mrs. Flash. But what I am going to do is I'm going to be doing extra streams in the month throughout the week. So I'll keep you guys posted in the server as to when those days are. But just know this Friday, Sunday, and then in 2 weeks, that Friday, Sunday, I will be gone. Hey, TG, how are you? Choosing family over this family. How rude. How dare you maintain out? Listen. They're both going to be really fun. It's going to be a blast. I'll let you guys know all about the stuff and the things when we come back from our trips. Yeah. Oh, there you go, Mira. Yeah. We're the side piece. Damn right you are. But you're not going anywhere. All right. You ready for some ghost guessing? Let's do the things. I could do random. Or I could choose. We're not going to vote. That's too much. Doing the vote spam and then also doing ghost guessing spam is too much. Won't be here for your birthday. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope you have a good birthday. Random. I'm cool with random. Then we don't have to worry about it. You know? Or I just go down the line and we just go through all the maps that we can. I can do that too. This is the last possible chance to do the event. It should end in like, I'm just guessing, like 10 hours. Maybe a little bit less. Wakes with both eyes. Blinking, you mean? You mean blinking? Would you guys rather do random or go through as many, well, just basically do the top line and work our way around? Which would you prefer? I'm cool with either. I don't care. Random, then we don't have to think about it. I'm cool with that. Random, let's do it. All right. Again, the guessing will begin when we open the front door. Just pay attention. I swear to God, Zero. Just pay attention to the chat. You'll see the message come in telling you to start the guessing. And then you have all the way until we're done and the van closes to get your guess in. Okay. If something happens early and it tells you exactly what the ghost is, that's your shot to guess. Okay. Once we know that we have this nailed down, it's locked and loaded, everything is fine, there's no hiccups, then what we'll do is we'll do ghost guessing days where you can win stuff. Today, I don't know, maybe you will win something. Maybe you'll win merch. I don't know. Just saying. Random, let's do it. Random nightmare. Tanglewood anyway. I like it here. I like it here. Civilized Possum, thank you for the 23 months, friend. Look at that. Lighthouse Blood Moon. How dare you? Chris, how can you wish this upon us? You were supposed to be friendly. What happened? Yeah, Zero is a little weird. Zero actually likes high school, and we don't know why. We don't know why. Ooh, okay. I reached out to Chinggis. He hasn't responded to me. I received a package in the mail. Ooh. Okay, never mind. Hold on. He messaged. Hold on. I don't think I can show it yet. I don't know if he's still here or not. I don't think I can show it yet. It's for a different game. Is chat ever truly friendly? Most of the time. I got a package. It was for a different game. That's all I'm going to tell you. As of now. Unless you guys know what I'm talking about. Then I'll just spill the beans. But anyway. All right. Let's get flashlight. Must be Italian. James, firelight, 3 video camera, incense. Well, let's get our firelight. Let's get our EMFer. Let's get this. Remember, ghost casting starts when the door opens. When the door opens. You truck it? No. That'd be really funny. No. So the package was sent by the developer. Can you imagine if they sent me something? No. The package was sent by the developer. Quarantine. Do you guys remember when we played the Quarantine Zone demo? They sent me a special little package. Because that game is going to be full release very soon. Very soon. And we're going to play it. We had a blast. I loved it. It was great. They reached out. I was like, hell yeah. They're like, we're going to send you something. I was like, yes, please. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So I think that comes out on Monday. I think, which means we do the weekly quickly and then we do that. All right. Anyway. God, you're nice. Lisa. All right, here we go. Just pay attention to chat, friends. Whenever you see it go, that's your chance. If you want to start, if you do not care and you just want to throw a guess, that's your chance. If you want to wait to make sure you know what the ghost is first, I would wait. The hunt begins. Quarantine was the one where you shot that guy in the face, right? Oh, probably. The chances are very high that that's exactly what I did. I mean, to be fair, they probably deserved it. Oh my. Right? They deserved it, right? Now, I did open the box because I wasn't sure what was inside. I'll wait to say what's inside. I tested it, said it was not valid, so it was definitely okay. A carryover thing. Okay. Hello, Ranger. Thank you for the follow. Salo, hello. Speaking of headshot, wait, what? Oh, the skull. Yeah. Was that the garage? I heard that. We're playing on Nightmare, friends. Oh my. Well, if any of your ghosts had if any of your ghosts had EMF 5, that's tough luck. I mean, if they didn't have EMF 5, you know what I mean. Alrighty. Onward. Hey, Big Mama, how are you? Spicy, I'm good. How are you? It was another broken mug. No, it was not. Although that'd be really extra funny if a different game, a different developer sent me a broken mug. Is there a use for the naughty or nice? Yeah, you get an item whenever you complete it, and you get points that go towards the event. So it does have a purpose. It really does. All right, let's go ahead and get our dots, our book, and our camera. Now, it did turn the light on, but it can't even be a mare anyway. So mare is also absolutely out of the question. Kaylee, thank you for the 4-month membership, friend. Listen, I'm gonna need you to relax your stuff. Here, hot sauce. Tornado, thank you for the prime. For right now, by the way, until because I tried to order stuff and it absolutely failed getting to me. I don't know what happened in shipping, but the daily will consist of the Goodwill for now. Yeah. All right, let's go get more. Let's go get more. Trying to find Doc so you can follow him. Oh, well, he's part of the Midnight Society. You can go check out all the peeps. Documentary. You get the snowball gun. I still am sad that they never introduced any sort of like little dancing snowmen whenever you got it. I for real think that like, I for real think that they were just gone for, I don't know, the past like week. Okay. I don't know. Not very cold, although I just saw my breath. What? Oh, you son of a... Do this more often? We definitely could. I try to put it, you know, here or there, not too much. Tell you what the ghost is? It's a demon. Quick. Quick, put down demon. Before it's too late. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Might have to get some motion sensors. It's a being a stingies. Weird. Okay. It's a Goryo and the dots won't show up for 25 minutes. You know, I'd believe you. Where's this happening? I heard it throw something. I'm so lost. Okay, we'll just put this here. All right, I'm gonna go more stuff. I'm so lost. Maybe it's the tree? Yeah, it might be. It could be. Give me. Let's do this. And let's bring in one of these. Okay, let's go find this mother lover. Basement? Maybe, but the toss... I... heard that. I thought the toss sounded like it was closer. Yeah, once you place your guess, that's it. There is no second chances for the round. You're locked in. So if you're throwing that Hail Mary trying to guess immediately, that's it. It is abusing the elves. This is very true. Okay, so you're walking this way. Wraith is in the book, or Wraith is a possibility. Let's go do it. Oh, was the book thrown? Oh, okay. I didn't even see it. Give me those two and then give me a smudge. Yeah. Through the book. Roger that. Your random guess was a mare and then immediately the lights. Listen, it's going to happen sometimes. What are you doing to give me fivers? What is this? All right. Well, if Wraith was your guess, sorry. Yeah, definitely through the book. Footies. Oh, you son of a bitch. I thought you were going to try to kill me. God damn it. Is this an Obeka cake? Is this the Obeki cakey? I don't know for sure it is, but a hunt will tell us. I'm not going to worry about perfect games. That's the last thing I'm worried about. Getting the ghosty objectives would be preferable. 3 videos and then cleanse with the incense. I'm not going to go for perfect games. It gives you guys more opportunities to guess if we don't do that. There goes my guess. There goes the guess. Yeah, so if we're looking at this, we have ultraviolet EMF. We know that it can't be a Goryo. It has not kicked the power yet. We're not sure. Well, if it's not an Obake, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, what the F? And like I said, I'm not sure if it is or it's not. I don't know. All right, I've got a firelight in there we can get video with. Got this. I got this. Okay, we're good. It missed. We think it did. But you're also acting like this game is not going to screw us over. Oh, that's right. You burst the lights because you suck and we hate your face. I know the skull's there. Yeah, it's only 2 evidence. Yeah. Deep Hell, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Oh, there we go. No bugs, only features. Did it skip a step? We think it did. Guessing should be locked after so long because people will be waiting until he's almost guessed and then put it in. But that's up to you. The whole point of it is for you to play along. And if I lock it off after a certain amount of time and there's still so much investigation left, then it's like, oh, that sucks. So you basically go right back to the idea of, well, just guess before we walk in and that's it. You don't actually get to try it. Everybody has the same opportunity to guess the ghost correctly whenever we find out what it is. You're the Ghostbusters now? That's right. That's right. So the people that are guessing later are just going to get less points than the people that guess earlier. And I think that's fine. I'm going to guess Dio every investigate. Listen, one of these times, Peggy, you're going to get it right. One of these times it's going to be correct. I'm just going to eat the skull. Num num. Could be an early solve or it could be bugged. It could be a bugged ghost that won't give. Right. Exactly. Exactly. You think, oh, it did this, so it can't be this. And then it ends up being that ghost, right? So you're taking a chance. Even if we leave thinking we know what the ghost is, we do not say it is what it is until we get back to the menu screen, right? Done with the weekly? Yeah, we did it earlier. Yeah. No more Dios ever would be a sad, sad thing. They wouldn't do that. Buns and guns. Welcome. Eat more, Tima. Thank you for the 34 buns. All right, I've got those 2. I need one more video, though. I could get I guess a hunting ghost video, I suppose. Or that. Assault video? Oh, we don't need it. He's singing right next to the Christmas tree. It's so beautiful. All right. What is our cursed possession? Singing Jingle Bells? I don't know if that's Jingle Bells. Oh, it's these. Oh, man. When in Rome. Not exactly what I wanted. Yay, cards. Son of bitch. Gamer fan, thank you for the 16 months. Let's put this over here. It'll protect us in the kitchen. But at the same time, we'll hopefully let it hunt. Can we play Go Fish? Sure. What is that? Is the entire... What is that? It's like... I never noticed that. Why would... Stop abusing everything. Why would you have a countertop that sits away from the back of the wall. They're not sticky. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. You know how awful it would look behind there? It's a rush bill. See, and you guys don't want them to redo Tanglewood. I do. Look at this shit. No, it's fine. All right. All right, we're just gonna pull cards. I hope you're not near me because we need to do stuff and things. The real horror, that's right. The horror. You know what it sounds like he's singing almost? It almost sounds like he's going na 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 na. I don't know exactly what he's singing, but it sure sounds like it. Sabrina, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. When in Rome, well, I needed to roam its way back to where it came from because we need to pull more cards. Sounds like happy birthday. I swear I hear na 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 like when he starts out. If he does that event again, just wait. What do I do with the cards? Oh God. Oh, they're there. Okay, we're fine. He's probably gone, right? Oh, almost. Okay, that's better. You son of a bitch! Why are you near me? Oh. I can't. Hey, do you mind if I get that camera in front of you? Oh, you suck. God damn it. Now he's just here, aren't you? Is this just your new home? Okay, dude. Would you leave me alone, you bully? I'm trying to stay away from it. Soon. If you have two crosses, which one does it prioritize? Probably the closer one. Oh my God. Now, I did not get any sanity back. Hit me with the event. Hit me with the event. Okay. Now try to... Okay, all right, all right. Now you're pushing it, sir. My sanity should be obliterated at this point, yes? Kind of BS. I know. I know. Nothing but freaking hermit cards. Yippee. Oh, yeah, I can do that too. Oh my God. All right, you can do it better. God, stop being so jealous. Good Lord. Pushing luck, Scoob. Okay, man. We get it. You can hunt. Shut up. Leave me alone. Oh my God. We're almost certain it's an Obake. It's just we want to see the shapeshift. Here comes Garglefest. Might have missed it. Might have missed it. see how long it took us to see that? Hey, are you done? Get out of here. Get out of here. He was naked. My God, it was so angry. All right. It's so angry. Oh my goodness. All right, lock it in. Lock it in. All right. We are going to Obake. Good grief, dude. Did they fix the Obake? They did it in the last Easter event. If you're talking about the shape-shifting thing, they fixed it already. So this whole event, it's been totally fine. Easy points. Well, let's see. Let's take a look. So we had 78 people. 78 people got that correct. There's the top for our leaderboard. There's the top. Our top 3. Pearl, Serpent, and Hobo. Those are the top 3 as we speak. Nice, nice. All right, next. On to the next. Maddie! Mr. Maddie. Thank you for the 52 months. Maddie, I expect all the photos, sir. You understand me? Not bad at all. Not with how many people are playing. Absolutely not. All right, we're doing random again. We're going to do random again. All right. Little Freaky, thank you for the 6 months. High school, no shot. It's literally, it went Tangle and Edge. If the next one's Ridgeview, it's rigged. If it does Ridgeview next, it's rigged. All right. Again, the way that the ghost guessing is working for anybody that's just popping in, if you're a little bit confused, we start the guessing. Well, sorry. Guessing is open when I open the front door. It is closed when we shut the van. Okay. My biggest advice to you, my tip to you, is to not immediately guess, because you have the entire round to guess. This is not a ghost guessing game where you have to guess before we walk in and you don't know. The whole point of this is you play along and try to figure out what it is. If you figure it out faster than other people, if you figure it out faster than me, that means that you're going to get more points because you're going to get it early. Okay? Okay. 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 James, capture a video, 3 photos, 2 sounds. Now, the thing you have to be careful about is these people that are going to be doing the random guesses, and I'll explain why in a second after you've already locked it in and it's unfortunate for you. Guess random every time. You can if you want to. That's up to you. All right, I'm not going to do that. We'll do objectives. I need a video of this stinker. Oh, I need sounds on this one. Okay. So, doors open. Ghost guessing is about to begin. It's about to be open again. Just pay attention to chat. There you go. It's open. It is now active. Exclamation point guess with your ghost after, or just exclamation point guess for random. If I were you, I don't know if I would do random, because if you do random and you get one of these, you've already lost because it can't be either of those ghosts. So, just a side note. Just a side note. Ooh, hello. Did I just hear something getting abused upstairs? Yep, I think I did. You can only guess once. No, that's the whole point, is you guess once and that's it. Because if you could change your guess, then every single person that could change would change. But it will stop people from wanting to just guess right out the gate and make you think about it. Yeah. Once you guess, you're locked. That's it. Hey, I need sound. Oh my God. I need sounds. Hello? I know you're here. Oh, maybe you're over there. All right, you're abusing elves. You touched the door over there. You've got to be in here, right? We'll come back for sounds. Let's go turn the power on. Wherever that may be. Does the kind of bone hint anything? No, it's literally zero information about the ghost itself. Nope, the bone is 100% random. The location of the bone is 100% random. The only purpose that that bone serves is giving you extra money, extra XP, and getting it. You need it for a perfect game. They said at some point that they were going to remove that, where you were not going to have to get it for a perfect game. We're waiting for that day. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. Is that a paw I saw on the changing table? No, because I had the Ouija board. No paw. Did you turn that light on, my little friend? That's okay. Okay, stop. It's abusing everything. That might not be the best. What if I do this instead? Sheesh. Oh, I was recording. Oh, you hooker. Well, there's writing. That was instant. Oh, thank you, Maddie. Oh, did it hit me? Rude. Rude. All right. We have writing. What the hell? I should, you know what I should bring? I should probably bring some safety things. I think that'd be smart. Ruthie, thank you for the follow. TJS, welcome in. Little Freaky, thank you for the 6 months. Shank you, dude. All right, I got that already. I got that already. Let's put that up there. We don't want to die. Gotta leave room for activities. I know. I'm trying to. This thing has been active in the hallway, which has been super weird. But it immediately did that, right? Just put that there. Got your APOC 3 trophy. Oh my goodness. Hell yeah. Meg, thank you for the 18 months. Hello. Is it cheating if you use a cheat sheet? Absolutely not. Nope. That is a tool that is there for your disposal. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? I'm not convinced. Oh, I'm a little more convinced. It's going to say, I'm not convinced you're in this room. I'll shut up. Got your Phas journal up? Yeah. Use whatever it is you would use normally when you're doing when you're doing a hunt yourself. If it helps you, do it. When the ghost is hunting, you can tap to the speed. You can you know what I mean? It did take it a little personally. But I'm right here. All right. Maybe it's UV. Did you just touch the door the second I walked away? You sack of shit. I think you did. And there's of. Demon Myling, oh Bumbo, or a Pulte. I have one recorded sound. Yeah. Ghost event. I could go get another writing. You know, hold on. Let's up our chances here. Hey, Dimitri. I have to remake my ghost journal because we got the new I know. I saw people making like real legit journals. I'm not sure if that's what you did, Zero, but like the kind where they made a journal that it was actually leatherback and like all that stuff. I'm like, dude, but when they add the new ghosts, like you're gonna have to completely redo those pages, aren't you? And we knew it was coming eventually. Does the Krampus in the box stranger say no? Not at all. Not at all. All right, this will give us some sounds, and this will help us track it. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I was walking into Animal Crossing. I was like, what the hell was that sound? Did you hear it? Hold on. Oh, gamer! Hold on. Wait for it. It'll do it. Hold on. You bitch. I've recorded that. You know what? Never mind. Thank you, Drifter. Oh, I need 3 unique photos, son of a bitch. That's his favorite song. He got married to that song. It's peanut butter jelly time. Where ya? There you go. All right, we know you're here. There's a 1 photo. Touch this door, please. Touch it. I said touch it. That's not touching the door. Ghosty? I mean, I'm not that far. I just go get salt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Not the door I was looking for. But I'll take it. Oh, I need a video of you too? Gosh, dang it. What? Hello? Hey, can you show up for a video real quick? Thank you. Can you do one of those, like, you know, na-na-na-nas? Na-na-na-na. All the fun objectives, yeah. It spices it up a little bit. So, Demon, Myling, Obumbo, or a Pulte. Doesn't seem to be throwing much. Doesn't seem too aggressive. I don't know. Managed to complete the needed points for the foil card. Nice. That's really the main thing, honestly, is getting the ID card, because the ID card is more than likely going to be different from this year to next year, right? The trophy upgrades are probably not going to change. It's going to be the same. It's throwing a lot when I first got there. I mean, it was instantly active, but it hasn't tried to hunt us once, right? I could just let it hunt and then do the hunting video and all that jazz. Okay, fine. Damn. It was abusing the elves. I heard it from downstairs. Of course, now that I need a video, the ghost basically says F you. Maybe, you know what? Hold on. No, you know, let me take this downstairs. Hold. 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 Close to the tier 3 trophy. Saw what it looked like. I was satisfied with tier 2. Yeah, I didn't even look to see what the upgraded ones even look like. I wasn't too worried about it. I think it was even Chinggis that said it, and I agree with him. He's like, honestly, it's just about the trophy being there more than anything. Oh, now you want to fart on me, huh? You sick son of a bitch. Huh? You sick son of a bitch. You know what? No light for you. F you. Out in the dark. Stupid. We have shoes to F anyway. Give me these. Give me this. Play a little guitar. No, the ghosty doesn't deserve it. It doesn't deserve our guitars. No, no. No, it doesn't get it. This ghost can eat a fat one. All right, like Derek says in Stranger Things. All right, let's have the shoes real quick. This, do that, do this. There we go. I've got 2 smudges. Got a video camera. Locked and loaded. Locked and loaded. Ready to go. Wait, was there hiding in here? Oh, that's right, there was. I forgot. Bristol Bob, thank you for the 7 months. All right. What do we ask? What do you guys want to know? Did we get the ghost? No, we're working on it. We're gonna have it hunt. Pickles, I'm not barren. Okay? Pineapples I will do. Although that hasn't been working for me lately. We could see if the pineapple question works again. How many pineapples can you stick up your butt? How many pineapples can you stick up your butt? It's goodbye. It didn't really feel like. That was tough. That's a tough sell. No, I'm not 100%. Yeah, that's a natural hiding spot. The ghost can't see you around that corner. Let's go over here. Give me the flashlight. Did it sound loud? He threw everything in the room. It didn't seem like he was throwing much, though, did he? I could be wrong. Oh. See, they like it. It's fine. Yeah, this is not a large map, dude. It's hard. Sadistic bastards. All right, it's gonna hunt again. The idea being, we want to listen to the ghost coming down the stairs. No, I know I dropped my lighter. I know. Very purposefully did. Wonder where my sanity is. Hey, Brunt, welcome in. How are you? I don't know. These are the ghosties we have, friends. Demon, Obambo, Myling, Pulte. I would almost be certain that we could cancel out Obambo. And then it's between these three. Yeah. Why aren't you hunting? See, Yennefer, have a good one. Ask for knowledge. Oh, ask the Ouija board for knowledge. Oh, okay. We'll see what happens after that. Might I advise you to ask for knowledge? Hi, Sean. How are you? Demon's still lazy. Ah, they can be. No, someone was spamming over on the tube side to ask for knowledge as I'm sitting in front of the Ouija board. It's just the irony of telling me to ask for knowledge. I missed a gingerbread. Oh, is this an awful demon? Have you tried asking for knowledge? No, okay, I guess I could try. Hey, can I have some knowledge? See, it doesn't do anything. See, I tried. It doesn't work. Why are you here? It's trapped. How'd you die? Yikes. How's my sanity? Goodbye. Sandy's bad, dude. Thank you for the follows, friends. Ask him how many elves he's eaten this week. Come on. Choked on a pint. Okay. All right. You don't need to calm yourselves. I mean, F it. Hide and seek. I'm tired of waiting. Watch, it's gonna burn the crucie down here. Okay. Fuck it. It walked over a lot of stuff without touching it. It walked over a lot of stuff. That's not a Pulte. No way. It'd be nice if it came back downstairs. No Pulte boo? Well, no, it wasn't throwing items like a Pulte. The only reason that all this crap is everywhere is because it came down here a couple of times. That's a demon or a myling. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go with it. We're just gonna see what it is. Thanks, Jeeves. We're gonna see. I could be wrong. This could be wrong. We're gonna find out when I go back to the lobby, though. We'll see. I'm not 100% on that. Flash, I throwed up. Oh no, Miss Coffee, run.
Welcome back.
Like I said, I was not 100%. It sounded too loud to me, but see? So just because you see demon locked doesn't mean you should put demon. Like I said. But yeah, that was apparently a myling. Apparently. Hey, Fly Guy, I'm doing good. How are you? I should have said myling like a troll. Yes, you should have. Missed opportunities. It sounded loud. I could hear the footsteps and my flashlight wasn't blinking. Listen, sometimes the game is going to get you like that, dude. It is what it is. It is what it is. But let's see. Where are we on the leaderboard? So we had, ooh, look at the spread. So 54 people said myling. 46 said Obambo. 45 said demon. Obviously, the higher ones are going to be because that's the latest ghost that we saw on the board, right? And then people, I think, just took a shot. Pulte was up there too. But then we can see who our current top of the leaderboard are. Serpent, Buttercup, and West. 184, 179, 179. Yes, sir. Mylings are extremely dangerous. Mylings are just turds sometimes. Yeah. But there we have it, friends. There we have it. Let me blow my nose. I'm sorry. I'm slacking. Gotta lock in. All right. All right. I have like 9 minutes. I have like 9 minutes until ads. I have 9 minutes. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try something real fast. Mayor, I hope you're at the ready, friend. What we're gonna do? We are going to do a quick hunt at Tanglewood. Okay. Guessing will open. Can we start guessing, Mayor? As soon as I get in the van, we can start the guessing. And then if people want to wait, they can wait. But we'll do a speedy one so that way we can get another one in before the ads happen. Yeah. So be at the ready, friends. Be at the ready. No evidence, no sanity. Yep. Yep. What do you mean not Tanglewood? You're a Camp Woodwind runner, aren't you? Yeah, you smell like it. Lock in. What was the last song name? Since my song command thing doesn't work. If you're talking about this one, it's called Home. Darren Styles. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go. Guessing is about to begin, friends, and you're welcome to just throw it out there, or you can wait. No sanity, no evidence. Event map, I don't need you right now. We need this, and capture a video, 3 photos, EMF. Okay, well, we'll just throw the EMF in there just for funsies, I think. I think that's the way. Ghost name, it doesn't matter. It's on an event map. Since it's on an event map, you can go ahead and cross off Banshee and Diane. Throw that in there. Get our crucifix. We want to make sure it's in the correct position. So after the lighter, I grab the crucifix. Then I hit Q. I grab this. There we go. Whiskey, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, dude. Dark Cat, thank you for the 9 months. All right. We ride. We're just doing one of these because ads are happening soon. Demon kill insta straight through the door. I'm glad you were right. Random guest screwed you. I'm trying to warn you. I don't have time, do I? We run. We leave. Was that me? I think I double clicked it. I think I made a whoopsie. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my god. Ghost didn't get the memo. No, it did not. Yikers. A light thing kept happening to you last night? Oh, the switch. I thought I just double clicked. I thought I did. You guys are the follows, friends. Welcome in. Not a yokai. I'd say probably not. It did come directly to me. Seems pretty normie. Yeah, this is gonna be a really big old guess. It's about as normal as can be, dude. No line of sight. No instant line of sight speed up. So you could probably say no Jin. You could probably say, I mean, well, there's a lot of ghosties we can cross off here in a second. The giggle, I know, it's abusing all the toys. It's abusing all the toys. But more than likely can cross off a Bombo. I think the blinkies are normal. We're just gonna guess no mimic, no. I have an electronic over there. No Revy. Might be a Wraith. No yokai. No phantom. Still the same ghost. Like the speed is still normal. It hasn't shifted very much. Hey Dark, how are you? No, I've yet to smudge it. No. Would you stop it? I said knock it off. What did they ever do to you? Locked in a ride. I had an EMF in the door. Probably not. No. You know. Me too. Let's see. Let's see. Probably not no bake a cake. Yeah, I had that EMF in the front door. Yep. Yep. All right. We're going to hit it with a smudge. We'll hit it with a smooge. Not a shade? That's not necessarily true. Just because the ghost events on you doesn't mean it's not a shade. Because if you're in a room that is different from the ghost, it can event on you no matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It can still event on you. So if a shade is in this room and I'm in the kitchen, singing event? Yeah, but do we consider that a singing event? Like, how does that work when it comes to the event ghost? That I don't know for sure. Because it's obviously singing, but for the event ghost, does that count? It doesn't count as a singing event. There's your answer. It does not count as a singing event. All right. 60 is done. Krampus is either off key or doesn't know what singing is. That poor gentleman. Be kind to him. He's doing his bestest. Probably not a miling. It sounded kind of loud. What do you want from me? You're screwing it up. No. Possible spirit? Spirits get really, they seem to get really antsy and really eventy right after the 90-second mark all the way to the 180 mark. Hey, Evercosta, welcome in. Or are you a mayor? Wait a minute. Have you traveled? I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's had a chance. I don't think it's had a chance to travel. Yeah. Like I thought. That's what I thought. It's so goddamn aggressive. Would you stop it? All right. Now I don't know where its official room. I mean, now it feels like this is the room, right? I might have to just go mayor. Might just have to. Hello. Definitely not sold on that for sure. Say probably no to the Goryo. It seemed like it moved rooms, right? Not a Fae. It's not a Wraith. I mean, do we feel like it was Pulte throws? I felt like for a little bit there that it seemed like the throws were pretty hefty. You know? Let's put all that there real fast. Where's my crucie? Where's my crucie? There it is. put this over here. Put that over there. Put that over there. I mean, if you did a Pulte bomb, that would be hilarious. What was the hunt timer? Honestly, I'm not even 100% now. I think it was before the 180, though. I'm fairly certain it was before the 180. All right. I have ads that are really trying to play. Yep. All right, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. Shrek. Shrek, thank you for the 3 months. Just as someone played a gumdrop buttons sound. Perfect timing. Thank you for the 3-month Prime friend. All right, I'm not even sure. I mean, maybe it could be any of those ghosts, but we'll figure out. You better lock in though, because we're about to close it. All right. Remember, we get in the truck, we press that button, it's closed.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I don't think, well, okay, actually, let me take a look. Yeah, that's what I thought. The light switch thing that happened to me earlier was a fluke. I knew it was, because that did not seem like the ghost turned it out, and it did not, because it did 0 abilities. If it did it, there would be an ability used. It did not do that. But we still got it right, though. That's how we do it right there. That's how we do it right there. Jason, thank you for the biddies. Do Flash, and thank you for the 3 months. Gamer fan, thank you for the subs. All right. Mayor was guessed 74 times. So I think a lot of people were believers in the mayor. And now this is the top of our leaderboard. Western, Buttercup, Serpent. Nice. Very nice. The top point earner of that round was G Flu with 99 points. 99. I can see the people, I can see the top earners of the round as well. G Flu, All Spooky, EP. There we go. All right. Ads are coming. Let's go ahead and do them, and then we'll go to the next round. If you guys are not subbed, if you don't have turbo, I do this. I run the ads in the middle of the stream when we're sitting here at the lobby so you guys don't miss anything. I want everyone to be on the same playing field. I don't want you to come in and miss stuff. So 3 minutes, super quick, BRB. BRB. And we reached the get. We will spin the wheel after this too. My ear needs to pop again. I feel it. I feel it. Lily, welcome in. Hello. Went out on a win. Hey, let's go. I feel special. I moved up the list. Hey, take it as a win. What's up, Zodiac? How are you? Take it as a win. All right. Go over here. Great time to grab some snacks. Absolutely. Snacks, drinks, whatever it may be, friends. You do you, a boo-boo. All right. Let me see. Did I add this command over there? I did. Okay. Recently started Phasmo again after not playing for a long time. Been super helpful. Well, I'm glad I've been helpful, friends. I'm glad I've been helpful, Lily. How do you vote? If you're trying to participate, it's on the purple side. Sausage check. Mira, thank you for the 9 months. It is on the purple side. Yeah, this definitely is not something that can be done cross-platform, or we don't have it set up that way. It would be very, very difficult. It'd be difficult, but also the intermixing with like having certain people guessing there and there and there. You know what I mean? I like the no evidence ghost guessing more than guessing with evidence. It feels more exciting to discover. I mean, we can do no evidence once. It doesn't have to be no evidence, no sanity. It could just be no evidence. We can do that too. Credit for me for no, don't be crediting me for APOC 3 stuff. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Kobe, welcome in. Hello. Hello, hello. We have a minute, friends, and then ads will be done. If the majority would like it to be no evidence, I'm cool with that. Make it a little more fun. What do the purple crowns means? Oh, what do the purple crowns mean? That means that somebody has Prime linked to their account. Yeah. Well, it's not just testing the knowledge. I mean, yes, it obviously is, but it also makes it so it's not just a gimme, right? It's extra spicy. That is true. I believe the bot registered my guess either time. I guess both correct, and it said I haven't made one at all. Am I doing something incorrect? Let me see. Well, let's see. You guessed a mare at 2236. Let's see. Hold on. I think ads are about to be done. Let's see. Carnival, thank you for the raid. Wait, what did they do? They keep putting... I missed it. What? It's all good? Oh, were you putting the command incorrect? Putting it incorrectly. Oh, you're putting I guess and not exclamation point guess. Oh yeah, that's not, yeah, it's not going to register unless it's actually a command. Yeah. Carnival, how was your stream? Welcome in. Yeah. All right. Well, let's spin it. Let's spin it to win it, and then we'll go to our next random map. Moich. It was good. How are the ghosties? The ghosties are not bad. We decided to do some ghost guessing today after we did the weekly. Figured why not? All right. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I got to go in here and I've got to figure out what it's going to be. You know what? I know what it's going to be. I know what it's going to be. Yeah, the guessing does not open until we go in and open the door. Yeah. So if we're in the lobby, there's no guessing. It literally has all my information. Why would it possibly need extra information? I don't understand. Twitch keeps, oh no, Carnival, it honestly, it has happened more than just to you, friend. It's happened to many of us. There's people that I followed forever and then Twitch made me unfollow them. I understand. Gotta make sure it's me and not a mimic. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Mimic going on a spending spree. Wants to be special. Listen, you know, while yes, I don't want to have to enter it every time when I'm doing giveaways, at the same time, I can't be that upset when they're trying to keep us safe, right? Can't be that upset. Hey, Gall, how are you, friend? All right, we're about to do a merch giveaway. Give me a second. It will pop up in chat in a second. And there it is. If you guys do exclamation point enter, you are entered to win the pint glass. Because you should always stay hydrated, friends. Always stay hydrated. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's right there. Cheat sheet was super helpful for me. Easy to use as well. Oh yeah, Zero and them have done such an amazing job. They always find something new to take it to the next level, which is awesome. I love it. New year, new hydration goal. I've actually been trying my best to drink more and more and more. I really have. Need a new one? I need to order more, actually. I want to order a couple more. I know my wife is going to yell at me, though, if I just have nothing but FlashForce merch around the house. Blankets incoming? Any day now. All right. What do we have? Athena, GG's. Drink more, not more water. You know, to each is their own. I don't, you know, I don't want to poke at anybody that would rather drink something else that's not water. Do whatever you want. Not your dad. I don't think. All right. We are not going to do a custom. Although, unless you guys want to, would you guys rather us do Nightmare or would you rather us do no evidence? Yes, it's censored. Don't ask me why. Please just don't ask me why. I don't know. We can hop back and forth. I could do no evidence and then do Nightmare, then do no evidence and do and do Nightmare. We could literally just go back and forth each one. Can never drink water, just plain water. I mean, I typically put flavoring in it too. We do the liquid IV stuff. Yeah. Try APOC. Well, that sounds awful. Both is good. I'd say we do both. Let's do no evidence, and then we'll go back to Nightmare. Yeah? I was literally there. This one. Let's do preset, professional, ghost. Scroll down to evidence. We'll turn it off. There we go. All right. So we will now do a no evidence ghost guessing round on a random map. That's prison. Going to bed. Good night, Zero. Have a good one, friend. Tap water's the best. Tap water's the best. What the hell? What the hell? Well, we leave. Where's Doc when I need him? All right. We got ourselves a prison run. No evidence. Unless I click over here and I see orbs and we know it's a mimic. And then we just leave. Athena, enjoy the glass, friend. Could you imagine? You know what? We will do this though. Hold on. Let's go take a couple things to the front door. Okay? A couple things we know we're going to need. It's fine. And then we'll come back. I'm going to open the front door so Ghosty's active or could be active. That way we maybe can find it a little bit easier. Best tap water in the world. Where the hell are you from? Oh, I thought I saw that. Gross. Cards. All right. Put that over there. Put that over there. All right. Back to the truck. How the ghosties been? They've been okay. Not too bad. All right. Let's see if we can get lucky and like ghosties deciding to open doors, mess around with stuff. It's going to be a little hard to see. But if anything, it's like observation duty. You just look around and see if there's anything that changes over time. Looks like most of the cell doors are closed. Washington has really good tap water. Oh, nice. We have no movement from any of these. I'm probably going to go with a parabolic anyway. It's fine. They should have holographic tarot cards that give no strategic advantage. Wait, what? You mean just for like funsies? Wait a minute. Was there a lighting change? Like, it was here. I was watching this. My eyes were on this, and there was like a lighting change. But there's no lights on. I mean, the power starts off too, unless it turned the power on, which would be crazy. All right, whatever. You saw that too? I don't know if that was a bug or what. All right, let's do... Yeah, we'll bring you to the front door. It's fine. We have an EMF over there. We're not going to bring a smudge just yet. We'll bring one of these. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was. Alrighty, friends. No evidence. Let's go. No bugs, only features. That's right. That's right. Esno, how are you? Sullivan, Dark Dick House of the follows. Let's put... You know, I'll just place you. Grab this. Grab this. And we'll go like this. All right, let's go. Power. Oh. You heard her. Power's on. All right, whatever that lighting thing we saw was, noted. Whatever that lighting thing we saw, I don't know what the explanation is. Mrs. Blob. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. Welcome in, friends. Oh my God, I watch Blob. What a wonderful name. Rito, hello. Conductor, hello. Timon, hello. Mrs. Blob. How was your stream, friend? What did you do? We did the weekly, and now we're doing some ghost guessing. Finished the last trophy upgrade. Oh, nice. I honestly haven't even been focusing on it. I think I upgraded it once. My left ear will not pop. It won't happen. I upgraded the trophy once, and I'm slowly upgrading it again, but haven't really done much work to it. Yeah, if you guys aren't following Mrs. Blob, please make sure you do. Another Kinetic partner, Twitch partner, awesome creator. Plays lots of Phas, plays lots of Hunt, plays lots of games. That's true. There's a lot of goo. I'm currently doing no evidence on prison for our ghost guessing to spice it up a little bit. And yep, it's random maps. So this is just the hand that it gave us. Where's Chinggis? Probably at his house. What did the upgrades do? Literally what it sounds like. It just upgrades the look of the trophy. That's it. You're not here, right? All right, let's go to the other cell block. One of the favorite video moments was the random Blood Moon prison that you had a while ago. I have had Blood Moon at prison more than any other map entirely. I still have yet to get a natural Blood Moon at Grafton, the new one. Chinggis is at Dave & Buster's. Aw, he didn't invite me? What a jerkhole. I've had my collection on 100% forever without missing anything. Oh, that's fair. I think, honestly, the only things that I've missed have been a couple of the upgrades on the trophies. I think that's it. Everything else I have. That's about it. But if you guys just joined in, you can also participate. The ghost guessing started when I opened the van. The way that I do my ghost guessing, I think it's here, is it's point based on time. So the earlier that you guess it correctly, the more points you get. But when you guess, that's it. You're locked in. You can't guess again. That book, I don't remember books starting on the ground. Books don't start on the ground in here, right? Why is Ghosty so quiet? Okay, I'll shut up. You're upstairs. What? Okay. Interesting. Upstairs B block. Roger that. Yeah, if you want to guess now without even knowing anything, you are more than welcome to. And you can do a random guess of exclamation point guess. Or you can wait until you have more information and do an educated guess with the actual ghost that you think it is. I close guessing whenever I get back to the van. Never heard that before? It's just a random parabolic sound. It's fine. Started playing last Christmas and then stopped due to 2 shoulder surgeries. Picked it up again. This event with your friend, mostly because, oh, that's awesome, Marshmallow. Well, I'm glad you're playing it. I mean, it's going to be a lot easier for some peeps that might be in that situation that can, because it's coming to Switch soon. What's the new, dude, there's like 20 new Banshee screams. There's a lot of them. What am I doing? There's like 20 of them. It is in B block. It was, the screen was over here. But again, it's no evidence, so this is going to be tough. Who needs an educated guess? We're here for the big wins. I mean, this one, I might be doing an educated guess. 20 exactly? I thought so. Yeah. Thank you guys for the follows, friends. Thank you so much. Will we ever be able to see the fam? The fam jumps on stream from time to time. Yeah. Kiddos pop into stream all the time randomly. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm at 84 sanity. I don't want to risk too many biscuits. Not yet. I think this might be my setup. I think what I might do is I might do salt to make sure it's not a wraith, and then a firelight to do an Onryo test. I could just make it hunt, or try to make it hunt, by pulling cards and then listening to the speed. The name is Stacy Mills. This can be any of the ghosts. So for those that have been out of the game for a little while, if you have a male name, it can't be a Banshee or a Dian. They are female ghost models. Yeah. Mrs. Blob, friend, if you need to run, if you have to go eat, sleep, whatever it may be, I appreciate you so much for the raid. Watch with the girlfriend play. Watching girlfriend play for the last week. She's getting really good at it. Too scared to play it yourself? You got to play it with her. Come on. Tundra, welcome in. Thank you for the prime, homie. Thank you, Mrs. Blob. I appreciate you. Eat the sleep. Wait, what? Eat the sleep. What the hell? Would you guys rather me go in there and do individual tests, or would you rather me go ahead and do the hunt? There's no guarantee it's a hunt because it's cards. I could die. Or not just die. I could get all my sanity back. Hunt for the giggles. I kind of want to do hunt for the giggles too. All right. Well, if that's the case, then we have to change our plan a little bit. Actually, you know what? Maybe not. Let's bring these. We might be able to do a little wraith test anyway. It'll be fine. Gamer fan, thank you for the biddies. YOLO? Yeah. Ish. We'll do the hunt. Let's go over here. And we put this guy there. Now, if it decides to event onto me, we will check for a wraith by doing this. I think that's the move. You do you, boo-boo. We will. We will. Gamer fan, thank you for the biddies, friend. All right. We'll go back. We'll get some more smudgies. Maybe even another crucifix just in case. Worst, best case, you get hugged, roll a new map. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. I think we do it like this. I'm not going to sweat grabbing camera and grabbing all that stuff. Luckily, the power's right next to us, too, so that's nice. Don't remember if you guessed. You should be able to do, you should be able to check if you guessed. Or what you guessed, shouldn't you? Is there a command for that? Hold on. Let me see. There might not be a command for that. Or if you go to guess again, it might tell you that you already guessed. So make sure if you're going to do that to guess correctly or wait. All right, let's put that guy there. Let's put it a little bit further just in case. And let's grab the cards. Oh, I do have a video camera. If it's a phantom, we can check for that. If you guess again, it tells you what you guessed. There you go. Yeah, see, there you go. You already have guessed. Perfect. Yep. Perfection. It's in the B block. So I guess if it starts hunting and it's not near us, I'm going to need to run over there, I think, with the parabolic so we can check to see what it is. What did I do with the parabolic? Play by ear. Yeah. Did I drop it near the ghost room? B for what? It's in the blocks, son of a bitch. I'm not going back there. I can get more stuff for funsies. Is there a new breaker spot in Sunny Meadows? Because a few weeks ago I had the breaker spawn in the kitchen furnace room. Yeah, that's always been a thing. Yeah. It certainly has. That spot has been there since the beginning. Since the beginning. 'Cause the breaker spawn in the kitchen furnace room. Yeah, that's always been a thing. Yeah. It certainly has. That spot has been there since the beginning. 'Cause the breaker spawn in the kitchen furnace room. Yeah, that's always been a thing. Yeah. It certainly has. That spot has been there since the beginning. Just had a super aggressive ghost 3 times within a minute. Yikes. Yikes. Don't. All right, there we go. You haven't had it in 3 years of Phas? I wish I didn't get it. That's not a fun one to get. All right, we got cards. We've got smudges. It's good enough.
Lizard.
Supernatural. Think of the 10-month prime, friend. Lizard. Lizard. Where'd they go? There. Do that. Let's go. Great. Awesome. I got some sanity back. They could be dud cards, dude. It could give us nothing. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'll take it. All right, let's go. We run. What was the best way to level up in the game? Naturally, honestly. Naturally leveling up. Not trying to force it and getting as much XP and money as fast as you can. Can't see me, right? Now I can. It's not real, it's a blurb. Focus up, it's a blurb. Oh, you troll. No, I don't want to. Do you know how many people you just got to get to guess Banshee? Touche. It's kind of funny. Saw how many people just started rolling in with that guess. That was that was good. That was good. Troll mode activated. That was pretty good. Pretty good. It did not do the thing. No, it did not. Negative on the thing. All right. It sounded pretty normal though. What if, imagine if it was still a Banshee though. That would be a very much so a reverse troll. Chances are obviously very low that that's the case. However, noob, thank you for the biddies. You ass butt. Come on, that was good. That was funny. There goes 25 of our sanity. Let's do it again. Good deal. All right, what do I have on me? Smudge, smudge. This. Let's go. We ride. You are closer. It definitely doesn't feel like it's teleported to us. All right, saw me. I think we have grandmama. Saw me. All right, not a wraith for sure. She's super cute. Okay. I don't know, man. This seems very much so like a normie. With the speed sounding like it did, it sounded like a normal ghost. Possible mimic, yes, it's only hunted a couple of times, right? But I'd say we moved near it. It didn't speed up. I think the speed up would have been way more different. Way more different grammar. I don't think it's a Diane. It's not a Dio. Galu, no. Hantu, it didn't sprint. The power's on. I don't think it's a Moroi. I mean, I'm not certain what my sanity is. I could leave it alone. It didn't shapeshift, but we might not have watched it long enough. It definitely 100% had line of sight speed. Absolutely. Not no bombo. I think the blinks were normal. Were you near an electronic? Were you near another electronic? Did I have anything else on? I mean, kind of. But it already had a lot of speed. It was already coming in hot when it was here. I don't think it's a Raiju. It's not a Revi. Not twins. Not a Wraith. Not a Thay. Probably not a Mimic. I'd say probably. Okay. Didn't hear the bass boosted. No, I don't think so either. No. I can try cards again, though. And that's it. And that's it. All right. I could leave one of these here, take one of those with me, and do this. Watch it still be Banshee. I mean, you need to think of it like this. If the ghost room is upstairs in the B block, that ghost can't stalk us. Well, it can't stalk us all the way over here. So Banshee is still on the table. We definitely weren't hearing any Banshee wails. But, I mean, you saw the last video I did. 20 minutes I had with the ghost and it never did that stuff. First time in chat. Wife and I have watched you for over a year. Love the content. Oh, thank you. Make sure to tell the missus I said thank you too. I forgot I had the EMF in here too. Thank you, Sullivan. Question is, where is this turd? Didn't even flinch. Not today, Satan. Ooh, not a mare? Wait a minute. When did you turn those lights on? Hold on. Were those on? Were those on when we were walking through here the first time? Because I don't think they were. No? Ghosty? Where the hell is it? Watch it be a shade. What if it's a shade? Love how each light has its own PC. Well, you know, they're old, you know. Haven't you ever seen like images of the, like that, like one of the first hard drives that was like, I don't know how many megabytes. It was an entire server room. I don't know where it is. 'Tis the question. Oh, there's my breath. Okay, I think it's out here, but it's not doing shit. They got a whole 512 megabytes of RAM. Yeah. That's the one. Dude, I'm not a Goryo since it moved. Right. Fair point. That roam going from there to here, unlikely. She said, get that ghost. Well, thank you. an inch away from just dipping. Hold on. Let me see what happens. What happens if I leave? Let's see if that firelight goes out, I'm going shade and leaving. Good night, Bonnie. Because if it's a shade, the shade will not blow out a firelight in the room with you in it. If you're together. We're going to be here all day. Not a whole lot. No. There's really not. I mean, there's a few things. Like you saw a few of the books that were on the ground, but beyond that, there really isn't a lot. What are we thinking? I want to say shade with how lame it's being. The only reason it was even being active over here is because we forced it. We forced it by drawing the cards. That was it. That was it. Shine, thank you for the follow. Ammo, thank you. Oh, there it was. I left it there, by the way. Can a shade hunt as solid ghost? Every ghost hunts as a solid ghost. Yeah, that was only a thing back. God, how long ago was that? Where ghosts could hunt as shadows and everything else. They changed it so that the only way the ghost can hunt is by being the full body of the ghost. Was it 2020? No. It wasn't that long ago, was it? We saw our breath. We know that the ghost is there. It's not doing anything. It'd be cool if the shade had a quarter. Oh, a 25% chance. That'd be awesome. We know that the shade can event as a shadow, right? It's Cat Pickle. At this point, I'm really about to go shade and leave. And it's not going to be a shade. It's going to be like an Onryo. Oh, you hooker. Well, it's probably... Wait, did I already cross off Jen? I already crossed off Jen. But you also got to... I did, but it's not doing anything. It's doing nothing. And the ghost room is directly in front of me. Stinky spirit, right? Wait a minute. You didn't turn the power off. What? What? Did I get vented on? What? What the hell, Sessic? Thank you for the 7 months. Bearded Beard. Fix the ghost. It's being a weenie. Chair squeak. Oh, that's just, it's random. Wait a minute. Hey, question. Did I leave that light on when I left that area? I break ghost sound fix. Oh, Baron. It's being really mean. Is Jen still on the list? No, we crossed it off. It is doing 0. Like, even with us out of the room, it's not touching doors. It's doing nothing. All right. I say we go this. It might not be a shade. Yeah, it's a firelight that it hasn't touched. It might not be a shade. The lights were off. Oh, okay. If the lights were off in that room, then we could say that. Probably not that. We're just going to go shade and leave so we can get to the next one, because holy hell. Holy hell. It is a big space. It is a big space, but there's still objects to mess with. There's doors to touch. There's all kinds of stuff. And the only thing that it did was turn on a light switch. That was it. It's a desert town. Nothing. I'm not 100%, friends. I'm not 100%. I don't know, but we're going to go with it, okay? So you better get your guesses in. All right, we're locking it in. We'll see you in a second. It's a djinn. Okay. Watch it. Watch it still be a djinn. I swear to God. It was a banshee. Wow. The troll has been trolled. Oh, no. No way. I can't believe this was actually a banshee. It never stalked me. That thing never came to us. No way. So if you weren't here earlier, somebody we shall not name in chat decided to play a blurp, and that blurp was a banshee scream. The point was to trick people into guessing banshee. It looks like they got played. If it screamed the same time as the blurp, that would have been crazy. Banshees not being banshees. What up, B-Town? Dude, the other day, I don't know if you saw that or not, I had a banshee that didn't scream for over 20 minutes. I had a Goryo that didn't give me dots for over 30. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That still doesn't explain why the ghost was doing nothing. 0 inside of the B block. I don't understand what was happening. Is Phaz broken? Listen. Literally my thumbnail broken. It feels like the ghosts have been off. It really does. B-Town, I hope you're good, man. It's good to see you, brother. Fact, it didn't even scream. I know. That's 2 banshees that I have not gotten a scream from. The closest thing I had to a scream was someone playing a blurp. They're on vacation. Whatever. All right, back to Nightmare. Everybody just reset. Get back to it. Woosah. If anybody was tricked by the blurp and guessed banshee, GG's. Because now, oh no, we reset it. Oh, that's okay. No, that's okay. But we can still see the top of the leaderboard though. There we go. Buttercup, Ellie pulling in second, and Western. There we go. Hi, Queen. No, we restarted it before I got over. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, Miss Mina and 6 Foot both got 87 points on that one though. Sheesh. Can you still get a DO on the weekly if you're under level 30? I'd say probably not, right? I would assume not poison. Yeah, Queen, how are you, friend? If I guess the ghost before my friends is a skill issue. Listen. Guess before the blurb, yeah. Laughed at the video. It was just so funny. Someone's friends, I posted a clip. Somebody's friends was calling them a sweat because they were getting evidence quickly in the game. And it's like, it just sounds like you suck. All right. Another random nightmare, shall we? Had a deal as an option on the first 2 rounds of the weekly. So, I was curious. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that the DO rules about what level you are do apply no matter where you're playing. So weekly or not, right? The blurb came in clutch. Listen, you never know what's going to happen. You never know. All right, let me blow my nose and I'm ready. Knowing how to play the game is sweating? Correct. Correct. Richard Knight, Firelight. We need to witness a ghost event and get a motion sensor. And this is at an event map. So let's get Firelight and an EMF. Let's try that. Does that level 30 DO rule apply only to the host? I think it applies to the lobby if the host is under level 30 and they're not prestige. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that that's how it works. All right. Thank you, Mayor. Guessing is open if you are looking to just wing it. Now's your chance. Boop, 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 boop. The car bedroom. Ka-chow. Blow that out. We'll be back. This one is on Nightmare. We will have evidence for this one. Yes. You hate this map. I love this map. This map's great. Gotten DOs playing with friends who were hosting in higher level than me. I only just got 30 like 2 days ago. I gotcha. Yeah, if the host is above level 30, then you can get it. Had 2 people that were level 4 and 7, and we got a DO at Nels. Yeah, but was the host above level 30 though? That's the question. All right, do this. Let's take some sanity. We did look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, it's a 20 sanity pop no matter what, and then the longer you look at it, the more you lose. Make a sweat. Oh, for playing the game? Yeah. Let's check down here first. No juice. No juice. There we go. Oh, those sticks. Okay, that's in the garage. I was about to say Pardon Mall Sewer. Don't see any orbs. It blew out the firelight. Nice. Watching the tube on TV. John Twitch mute. Oh, the 5-second delay is. Oh yeah. The delay is rough. I'll be honest. I watch on the purple side. I watch on that on my TV pretty often when I'm just like hanging out in streams, and the delay is not that bad. It's actually gotten better over time. It used to be really, really bad. All right, see if we get some dots or some possible writing. Bridge is better than Point Hope? I would sure hope so. Yeah. What's it called? No. It's just the Twitch app. It's literally the Twitch app. Does the breaker go out with too many lights? Yes. If you put on too many lights, the breaker will pop. And then that means that all the light switches will go to the down position, and you just have to go turn the breaker back on. That's it. It doesn't like actually burst the breaker or anything. I'm not seeing anything right now. Let's go back in. Yeah. Yeah, of course. It works pretty well for me. I still have to chat from my phone, but besides that, though, not a big deal. No biggie smalls. Poison Ivy, thank you for the beaties. I love the Point Hope badge, but hate the map. Oh, yeah. I mean, get the Easter egg and run. Get the Easter egg and run. Oh, my freezing Batman. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Maybe get some salt. Ferryman of the Drown is probably it's still one of my favorite badges. Now, there are a couple that I really, really like a few of the drop badges were pretty awesome. But the Ferryman of the Drowned, anybody can get that one. You could go, if you don't have it now, take you less than 5 minutes. But evidence just freezing so far. That's it. Nothing else. I need an event and I need motion sensor. So let's do that. We're trying to get objectives in Ghosty, so that way we can just keep rolling through the maps. Would you say that you are the favorite streamer out of all of the partners of... No. I don't think anybody would say that they're the favorite streamer out of all the partners. Hey, I didn't turn that on. Hey, there's goo on there. Demon, Hantu, Jinn, or a Mimic. I didn't see any orbicals. Song is our favorite. This is true. Okay, that's fair. Shush. Well, yeah, we're here. Why not? No partner would make that claim. Ever. I'm the fit. No one would ever do that. Ever. If they did, that'd be really weird energy. Oh, and you knock it off. Song is our favorite fast streamer ever. That's right. Demon, Hantu, Jinn, or a Mimic? Interesting. Well, the power hasn't been kicked. We definitely can't do a Jinn test. Not the way I want to, because the breaker's downstairs and the ghostie's upstairs. But what we can do is we can go in there and get it to hunt. Yeah. If no Orbeez, no Hantu either. Why would it not be a Hantu if there's no orbs? What? Yeah, we're on Nightmare. Yeah. Fly. See? Disregard. You're okay. I didn't see the cursed possession, did I? Sad. Oh, the mirror. Oh my God, I used it when we walked in. Well, give me a break, okay? So, Jesus Christ. No, you give me a break too, you piece of trash. Okay. Oh, then you fart on me. Real mature. Damn it. You sure you're feeling okay? I'm fine. I'm not fine anymore. Go back to your home. I don't want you here. No. So here's a question, right? Did that crucifix get eaten because of distance or because it was still roaming near me? The ghosty humped my leg. Yeah, I was not. I wish I had a little water, like, yeah. Well, sped up with line of sight. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. I know he doesn't like that very much. Duffini, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Angelix, thank you for the 4 months. Smoke Hopper. Listen up, bucko. You followed. You can't follow and then prime within the same minute. It's not permitted. Oh my God. Phasmo cheat. Oh, the Phasmo cheat sheet has tons of information. Now, it didn't Jinn sprint, right? Tended to be a crowd control game of repo, but became a dev session. Happens. Boner in the toilet. I don't think it did. It didn't seem like it to me either. So probably. Okay, the chances of that just went up. The old loop-de-loopin' pool, huh, you piece of trash? It's just a joke. God damn, dude. It's just a prank, man. You don't gotta be all mean about it. Damn. Ay caramba. Yeah, that hunt seemed pretty early there, friends. It seemed pretty early. Seemed awfully fast. Normal line of sight. Well, we smudged it, and then it hunted me, and it hunted me less than 90 seconds. So that's your giveaway for a demon. Check on the kitty boys, but oh no, you're okay. No worries, Defini. You're okay. All right. Before we reset, hold on. There we go. Demon was guessed 42 times. Jin 29, Hantu 28. And our current leaderboard, Ellie is number 1 on the list. Sniped. Ellie, followed by Serpent, followed by Buttercup. Ooh. 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 If you're trying to figure out how many you have personally, if you do exclamation point GTG, my rank, or you can do, I think, GTG points. I think it'll do the same thing. But that tells you literally what place you're in. Yeah. Yeah. Groovy. All right, does that mean we move on to another no evidence? Never missed a ghosty. That's how you're going to win it. Or that's how you do win it. That's how you do win it. Love the new feature, the guessing the ghost. I've had it for a little bit. It's just been a matter of testing it. Like, this is the second time we've tested it, and it seems to be going off without a hitch. Like, it seems okay. So the next time we can make an even bigger deal about it. Got 4th place last time we did this. Oh, listen, there's always next time. Always. All right. Back to no evidence. Y'all. Y'alls. All right. No evidence random.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. There have been new reports of a cursed object nearby. This must be the reason that the ghost was summoned here. Take a look. You may be able to use it to your advantage.
Motherfucker. Wait a minute. I will go back to high. Wait, did I have random just the wrong custom?
Welcome back. There's some
I did. Okay. I will go back to high school. I will go back. Was on the wrong custom.
All right, we're here.
All right.
Take a look at the
It's
equipment
only
and
fair.
prepare
Okay.
accordingly
It is
before
only
starting
fair.
the investigation.
I'm not going to cheat the random. We are going to let it happen.
This is going to be a tough one. We've had reports of violence.
Oh, it looks like they left in a hurry because it's the high school and nobody wants to be here. Great. Gentleman in a Scala. And thank you for the biddies. I have ads that are, you know what? Okay, I have ads that are about to happen. I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to open the front door and then we're going to run the ads and we're going to sit here and wait. I think that's the plan. So I'll get some stuff to the door. Once I get some stuff to the door, we will we'll run ads. I think that's the plan. That's the plan. A lack of team spirit? Damn right you do. Open up. All right. Let's go back to the truck. We'll run ads, and after we run ads, we'll run into the map. All right. I do 3 minutes of ads every hour, friends. We are going to go ahead and run them now. If you are not subbed, if you don't have turbo, don't worry. We will wait for you. I'm not going anywhere. Watch it actually be a shade. I swear to God. I did open the front door. So, I mean, while we're sitting here watching, we could technically see something happen. The odds of that being a thing, very unlikely, but we could. If it moved an object, if it decided to throw something inside of the court, the basketball court. Yeah. Going rando this time? Roger that. Going off to bed. Good night, Western. GG's, friend. You were up there on the list. GG's. You were doing good. You were doing good. All right. While we wait for this, while we wait for those, I will check this. Easy Whales, thank you for the 27 months. My goodness. Let RNG take the wheels. Sometimes I think you kind of have to, you know? And I think that's okay. Edits, welcome in. Breath in the van. Thank you, Ladarsha. Thank you. The ghost must be with us. No, there's no clues to be had. No clues to be had. Unfortunate. It's okay. It's fine. Ed Kandry, welcome in. How are you? Cookie, what's up? The ghosty? Sarah Barton. Free 99, that's right. All day. All day, every day. All right. A minute 5, friends. A minute 5, and then we'll be going. Someone hotboxed the truck. No, it's just a little nibbly. That's all. Someone forgot to turn the heat on. Sarah Farton. Real nice. Real mature. What does your Whatever Wednesday look like so far? I'm not sure. I was honestly back and forth between a couple of different things. Whether I was going to do a different game or if I was going to do my Phasmo hot sauce runs. Because I still got to give you the Phasmo hot sauce runs. The New Year's been okay, Angelix. The fam has been fighting off sickness. Everyone is definitely getting better, though. That's for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, I hope yours has been good. All right, almost over. Did you ever go back to the RV there yet? I didn't play whenever Baron and Chinggis were able to beat it. Yeah. Do I still play with Doc? I literally played with him yesterday. Literally played with him yesterday. Did you try the eggnog? We did try eggnog. We did. We did. You know what? I think my critique of the eggnog was that it was just a little bit too cinnamony for me. Just a little bit too cinnamony. Hot sauce runs with Doc. It's on a Wednesday. I don't know if Doc would be able to swing that. I could ask him. Yeah. It's high school, no evidence. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. What in the absolute hell? Well, it's busy. All right. Let's bring in this. Let's bring in a smudge. Let's bring in a firelight. No, honestly, for me, it was literally just like the cinnamon, like, it reminded me of like Big Red Gum. It was just too cinnamony for me. Outside of that, it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good. All right. Let's leave our stuff here. I need this, and I need this. All right, let's go for a walk. I know the second I enter this building, it's not gonna do shit. We know. I'll prep some switches. It's apparently doing things, but we don't know where. That's right. Even the power might be on the right, but that's okay. We're still gonna be going this way just to see if the ghostie's over here. According to the monitor, the room should be trashed. But yet, depending on what kind of activity it can do. Like what items are around that it can even throw. Son of a bitch. Other side. We'll cut across the middle and go down. We're going to see breath everywhere because it's snowing. Species unknown is 100% on the wish list, as it should be. Man, the day that they add prox chat to that game is going to be so good. Right now, I don't know what they were thinking with that. Like, yes, you can hear each other talk, but you can hear each other talk all the time, and you can't mute anybody or control any volume levels. I don't know. It was an interesting choice. But they're working on it. All right, now we have power. It's doing literally what we said. We entered and now it's doing nothing. Watch for doors that are maybe ajar. That's always possible. Good night, King Julian. Have a good one. We saw it was active. It's not like it's not. It's just not doing anything when we're trying to listen. What up, Kev? Doors can't be jars? You don't know. I would hide too if someone invaded my home. It's a high school. Another one of those damn banshees we heard about. Are you good? Frank's having a time of his life. Who hurt you? Random. Random hurt me. I was going to turn the light on there. F it. Oh, Ghosty, why are you this way? Is it all the way at the end of this hall? That's great. Toe's hungry. Why didn't you say anything when I was up there in the first place? Damn it. Gecko, thank you for the prime. Oh, yeah. No. Please, just make yourself known now, you jerk. Oh, you are such a bitch. Oh. Oh, no, please. Oh, no. Have a good old time, you mother. Where'd you throw it? Where'd you do it? Mother. T-Man, what up, dude? All right. Ghosty is in here. Roger that. Party started. Yeah, sure. What all evidence is this? It's zero evidence. We don't get any. We don't get none. Tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to poke Frank and make this stupid thing hunt. That's about to happen. We know it's not you, Sarah. Is Ghosty B stupid? Nailed it. First try. Yes, Ghosty is B stupid. He doesn't mind. Oh, Frank doesn't mind? He probably prefers it. Turn the power back on. And we're going to just go ahead and give Frank a poke. Having issues again? I was wondering if it runs into an issue after the stream's been running for a while. That's crazy that it does that, though. I don't understand why. All right, no hunting yet. What makes it not a Jinn? It turned the power off. Jinns can't do that. Actually, wait. Pause. Pause clause. That was my fault. Hey, what's up, Kay? Been binging the videos? I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. That was too many switches, and that's okay. It says browser source not detected, so it might be a flash issue. Interesting. We start with sanity, yes. It's a professional start with zero evidence. Yeah, the fact that it says browser source not detected. It doesn't say it on the screen, does it? It's so weird. Gecko, thank you for the prime. G Faster, welcome in. Still no hunting? Now it should be. Interesting. Regular speed? No, it's not. That ain't regular speed. There's a couple of ghosts I'm thinking about right now. Not just one. Okay, it's done. Good. All right. My sanity should be pretty tanked, which means it should hunt again. Let's make sure it does. Yep, Frank has been poked. Frank has been poked. I don't even need that. F it. Wait, yes I do. Give me these things. So what do we know? We know that the ghost is not regular speed. 100%. Frank has been fully poked. This over here. We have a strong feeling of what it is. You know, I think technically there's still another ghost it could be. Technically. However, I don't know. Double Trouble Ghosty? Probably. Maybe. But we do have another ghost that can go between speeds. And it's not a mimic. It would be wild timing. The Obambo. I'm not 100% on the speed. Definitely could be wrong about the speed. But it's possible. I want to hear it hunt again. Takes you a second to remember that we have the new ghosties. Yeah. Let's go try to open this door. There we go. We hear you. Uh-huh. Now, what I don't remember is with the Obambo, with the faster speed and the slower speed, do they match up with the twin speed? Because if so, that'll really mess with us. All right, this door is not shut. It doesn't? Okay. Is the Obambo a little bit faster or a little bit slower? Is that what I'm thinking? And twins is that very slight difference? Obambo's a hair faster, and it's also a hair slower too, right? Like noticeably. Slight difference in speeds for both, yeah. I thought so. We'll let one more hunt happen. You cannot change your answer, no. Negative. It is locked in. Are you going to start hunting today or what, Hotshot? .4, 1.5, and 1.96, 1.9. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. I'm going for it. It's subtle. It's very, very subtle. Hey, what's up, Elf? Hold on. Can we do this safely? Can we go over here and get this? Man. I just played you 2 different ghost speeds. One of those was the fast twin, and the other one was the angered Obambo. You hear how close those are? Now, the real way to test for this, to be 100% sure, would be that 2-minute differential. The switch. Yeah. Or if you hear it slower or faster, you know that it would change by a certain time. It is really, I mean, you heard it. I played you both back to back. So what we'll do is we'll figure out what speed it is, and then we'll go 2 minutes. If within 2 minutes it's that same speed, then there you go. It switches every 2 minutes. Yep. And it can switch mid-hunt, yes. If you hear the switch mid-hunt, that's your dead giveaway. Exactly. We had that when we first had the Obambo. Galaxy, thank you for the 6 months. Jimmy, thank you for the 12. Thank you for the year, homie. Bash, thank you for the gifted. Twins are absolutely 100% random. Yes. But I have a 2-minute timer I can do. Oh, me too. So what we need to take note of is what speed it is, fast or slow. And then lock it in. 2 minutes from there. If it's still going as that same speed, there's your answer. Hey, Tomo. You've once only gotten slow. I have had twins where it was the slow twin or fast twin, and it on it. Okay. Okay. I'm getting a little more convinced. Where I've had slow or fast like 6 or 7 times in a row. Yeah. Standing down this hallway is making me a little more convinced. Mr. Nobody, thank you for the prime. Thank you so much for the subs. Demon didn't hunt until 8 sanity. Woof. Zero in the team added the Obambo timer and the cheat sheet that can use the desktop link. Yes. I need to mess with it. Shut up. I need to mess with the desktop link. I haven't had a chance to. No hunty? Have you done the tier 3 update for the trophy? I don't think so. I haven't even checked, but I don't think so. New phone who dis? Not a hunting ghost. Is that helpful? How dare they give the demon right to troll us? It makes me sick. Come on. No. Any day now. Is there a modifier for activity? This is a professional game with evidence turned off. The only modifier on this is no evidence. That's it. Ghosty ain't having it. All the timers at your fingers. Also displayed on the screen. Yeah, I need to mess with it. Well, it's done with us. The ghost just moves on. Just into the air it goes, and that's it. You don't even know. You spend the rest of eternity trying to remove a ghost that doesn't exist. Hunting. All right. It is slow right now. Okay. It is slow. Gotta be honest, I'm kind of tripping myself out now. One minute, I'm sold on the twins. The next minute, I'm like, that speed sounds like an Obambo. The other minute, I go down the hallway and it looks like, oh, it's touching a bunch of shit in multiple rooms, it looks like. Okay. I really needed to hunt again very soon, though. Like, very, very soon. Can I be any slower? Holy shit. When you think you know, I know that. Well, I mean, that can be the fun part about no evidence, especially the uncertainty. Let's check. Okay. This will be a good test. What the Do you see? Do you see why we don't just go, oh, that's it, we leave? You heard it, yes? Wow. Wow. It's because you casted doubt. It is faster now. It changed speeds in the middle of the hunt. That was the giveaway. Wow. Well, there we go. We're not doing anything else. This is high school. We're getting the hell out of here. Always recheck. Yes, absolutely. Unless you think it's like a shade or something, then you just leave. But besides that, though, always double checking to see what ghost it is. Always, always, always. Poop. I would like to change my guess, please. No. And you know, I was almost sold on twins. Because when I was looking down the hallway and I saw the little blips popping up, I think it was just a visual bug where it made it look like it was further to the right or to the left, but really it was close together. It looked like it could have been twins. Just be twins anyway. What if it still is? And then I have a bug to report because the speed has changed for no reason. You almost made me regret. Look, I wasn't sure. Okay. All right, let's get out of here. It was twins in my heart. You know what? And it still can be. Don't let anyone take that away from you. It's still the little twins in your heart. Frickin' Obambo. That was tripping me. That was tripping me up so bad. You have to understand, okay? Can I please show you this? If you don't mind. If I may, if we must, if we shall. Like, allow me to show you real fast. Okay? I'll pause the music so you can see and hear. So, twins and Obambo. The twins is one ghost with two speeds, right? It's one ghost, two interaction ranges. It can hunt at two different speeds without any line of sight. And the two speeds are 1.5 meters per second and 1.9. And this is whenever your speed is set to normal 100%. This is the slow. This is the fast. The Obambo, it changes its speed based on time. Every 2 minutes, it changes its state, whether it is aggressive or calm. When it is calm, when it is aggressive. The difference in speeds, the Obambo 1.45, 1.96, 1.45 to 1.5, 1.9 to 1.96. So the difference with the Obambo and the twins, the difference in the slow and fast is bigger in the Obambo than it is in the twins. It is bigger. So it's a little bit more obvious, but it still is going to trip you up like it did most of us. But what you can do is when you see that, when you hear it hunting, whether it's fast or slow, you start a 2-minute timer. If after 2 minutes, it is still fast or still whatever speed it was after 2 minutes, then you know that it's not an Obambo because the Obambo would have switched by then. So yeah. Holy crap. This is the cheat sheet, by the way. If you go to phasmocheatsheet.com, this will give you what you need. But yeah, look at that. Look how many people were so convinced it was the twins. See, Orky, have a good one, friend. This is probably the first one where we had more guesses on a ghost that was not correct. Yeah. Some people thought Revy, some thought Gallo. Yeah. Now here's the question. Where does our leaderboard stand? Ellie? Ellie, that's a big GG's, friend. That's a big old fat GG's, friend. Big old GG's. Ellie, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mark it down in Discord. I know we weren't really doing anything today. Today was more of a test run. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you a sticker. Just for funsies. Sticker for Guess the Ghost win. You know what I would like to do? It could be a cool idea to have like a custom Guess the Ghost sticker made so that if you win, you get that. Oh, that could be a good idea. Phoenix, I might be reaching out again. That could be a cool idea. I'm going to write that down as a note. A nice little marking to mark that you won Guess the Ghost. A little sticker prize. Probably something else too, but that too. I like it. I like it. I like it. Do Guess the Ghost with a crown on it? Yeah. Yeah. That could be a cool idea. I was always excited for the sticker prize box. I heard sticker and Phoenix. So we were talking about an idea. I told Ellie was the winner for the day. Ellie was the winner. And I said, you know, just for funsies, I'm going to get you a sticker for sure. And I said, you know, it'd be really cool. It'd be cool if we had one made specifically for Guess the Ghost. That the only way you could win it is by actually winning Guess the Ghost. And then it's just a nice little thing to remember that you won that night, you know? Could be cool. Could be neat. I wrote down the idea just in case. I think it could be kind of cool. All right. All right. My lovely friends, it is after midnight for me. We are going to call it and go say hi to somebody. If you are on any of the other sides, we're going to end it and go find someone to raid. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Ellie, I swear to God, that is not what we said, Ellie. Someone suggested with the crown on it. Yeah, I wrote it down. I made a note of it because I didn't want to forget. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe something with like a ghost related to it, since it is a Guess the Ghost game, right? We'll come up with some ideas. We'll talk. We'll talk. I mean, it's a matter of what Phoenix is willing to put up with, really. My finger slipped. Okay. All right. Okay. No, thank you guys. If you guys participated, I appreciate you. GG's. If you were in the top like 10, GG's are my top 3 for sure. Well done, team. We'll definitely be doing this again soon. I'm glad that people are enjoying it. Phoenix does put up with a lot. This is very true. I think they're very forgiving. Phoenix, I don't know what game it was you were playing today, but that looked, honestly, I don't know what it was. Like I pulled up the stream and I saw the game and I thought, this looks like a game that you would make. Like if you could make your own game, it looked like the style of a game that you would make yourself. Wish I could have done more than one ghost, and we'll have other days. Wasted Captain, you better believe we'll have more as we test it, as we do trial and error. We will do more and more. Konami Late, that's what it was. Yeah. That was, I don't know. That was immediately my first thought was like, you know, I bet if you can make a game or backgrounds or whatever it may be, I bet basically this. That's what you're playing today. Lock in better. Listen, it's tough. You saw the last hunt. Look what happened. That last hunt was a complete throw off. But that's what I like about these new ghosts. I like that it doesn't make you so confident. I think that's why I like the Mimic so much. It makes you second guess everything that you do. It makes you play differently. You can't just go in and go, well, that's a twin. I'm out of here. Yeah. Have class at 7:30. Oh, you're good. Miss Hightower, we're going to be ending soon anyway. The Banshee troll, that was funny. That was good. So the unfortunate part is that the Banshee wail that happened through Blurp is not going to play through here. But I can go pull that from the YouTube side because that, when I'm streaming over there, has all the sounds in it. So I could still pull that up. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That was fun, man. That was enjoyable. Thank you guys for putting up with me. Mods are amazing for obviously dealing with watching all the messages go by. I'm actually pissed that it was an actual Banshee. I like that the Obama's really similar to the twins too. I like that too. Is that going to be turned into a short? There's a good possibility it will be. I'd say the chances are high. Sorry, I'm checking messages. Kind of a winners tournament? Oh my God. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be pretty good. Oh my Lanta. Friends, thank you guys so much for all the love today. I appreciate you. Let's go find someone to raid and say hi to. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome back.
Get out. Ellie, thank you, friend. Thank you again. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. Oh, you're all. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. If you guys are not already in the Discord, again, days are changing this month. Like this month is going to be weird. I say this month is going to be weird because I'm not streaming this Friday or Sunday. And I'm also not streaming the 23rd or the 25th. Reason being is because of travel. So family doing stuff this weekend. And then the 23rd, 25th, the missus and I are going to be doing stuff. So I won't be streaming on those days. However, my plan is to try to make up some of those days by streaming during the week, whether it be on a Tuesday or on a Thursday or something like that. So I will keep you guys posted in the server for when those days are going to be. Again, if you're not already in there, the link is right there for that. There's the rest of my other socials. All the things. Our Patreon game night is going to be happening soon. All the things. All right. Let's go find someone to say hi to. Will I be streaming Wednesday afternoon? I'll be streaming Wednesday night, not afternoon. No. I work during the day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I stream at 8:30, and then Sunday I stream at 1. Typically, unless there's days where I don't stream on that day. Yeah. If I were to make up the streams, it would probably be same time, just that day. Since I work during the day and the family and everything like that, I would probably stream at like 8-ish at night or something, probably. Not during the day. All right. The VOD channel, by the way, is back for now. We'll see how long that lasts. If you guys are not already following that and you want to have streams to watch all the time, it is back. It is live. It's kicking. Yippee skippy. Yippies and skippies. All right. Let's, All right, we'll go say hi to our friendo. I'm thinking I need to double check my schedule, but I think Monday next week is going to be the weekly. And then more than likely, depending on when it releases, I need to double check the date. Actually, I can do that right now before we leave. Where's quarantine? That's extremely unnecessary. January 12th. That's Monday, right? Yeah. Okay. So that is the plan as of right now. As of right now, we'll do the weekly either Sunday night. No, I can't do it Sunday night because I won't be here. No, we'll do it on Monday. Monday, we'll do the weekly. We'll do the Phasmo weekly, and then we will switch over to Quarantine Zone. The last check. We played the demo of it. It was a freaking blast. It was a lot of fun. The full game comes out on Monday. and we have a special package to open that I need to figure out if I can open it before that day or if I have to wait. I don't know the answer to that. I never got an email that said, hey, make sure you don't blah, blah, blah. They just sent it. So I do have a package directly from them, from Devolver. So we'll see. We will see. But all right, let's raid and get out of here. I've already got our target. We're ready to go. Am I going to end the stream? Yeah, I'm ending literally right now. Yeah. If you're a follower, that's for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. Creepy tier 3s, you have your own friends. We are going to go say hi to another friend who is playing Phas right now and who just so happens to love fart blurbs. If you have them, she loves them. Just side note, you know, if you have any in your pocket, she loves it. Feel free. As long as it's not the disease. Wait, what? You don't know where we're going. You have no idea. All right, friends. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for all the love. Thank you all you guys do. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the subs, for the follows. Thank you for anybody who rated. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for playing the game today. 'Twas a blast. Wednesday might be hot sauce run day. I owe you guys a hot sauce run day. So I feel like I just need to own up. So I think that might be the plan. So that's going to suck. But it is what it is. And it's all good and fun and stuff. And maybe, I don't know. All right. I love you guys. I will see you later. Bye.